Hello. Oh, is it picking up my voice at all? Yeah. Hello. Yeah, it is. Hello.
Sweet.
Hello. Oh, is it picking up my voice at all? Yeah. Hello. Yeah, it is. Hello.
Sweet.
Hello.
Sweet.
Oh, picking up my
Okay,
voice.
so what I'm gonna do is this, just so I can start the stream in a
Yeah, it is.
painful way. While I
Sweet.
go ahead and grab
Sweet.
the link to my stream. Okay, so what
Also,
I'm
my
gonna do
chat's
is
not
this,
working, so
just so I can start the stream in a
yeah, it
painful
is.
way. While I
Sweet.
go ahead and grab
Sweet.
the
Actually,
link
what I
to
can
my
do-
stream. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is
chat's not
this,
working, so
just
as
so
the
I
main
can
screen.
start the stream in a
Yeah, it is.
painful way.
This.
While I
Sweet.
go ahead and grab
Sweet.
the
Actually,
link
what I
to
can
my
do-
stream.
I'll keep it through
Okay,
so I
so
can
what I'm
hear
gonna
my
do
chat's
is
not
this,
working, so as
just
the
so I
main
can
screen.
start the stream in a
so
painful
yeah, it is.
way.
This.
While I
Sweet.
go ahead and
Like
grab
these
the
videos,
link
actually,
to
what I
my
can do-
stream.
I'll keep it
Okay,
through
so
so I can
what I'm
hear
gonna
my
do
chat's
is
not
this,
working, so as
just
the
so I
main
can
screen.
start the stream in a
So yeah,
painful
it
way.
is.
So,
Like what
what
we
is
actually
actually
what I
real
can do.
quick.
I'll keep it through
Okay,
so I
so
can
what I'm
hear
gonna
my
do
chat's
is
not
this,
working,
grab
so
that
as
link,
the main
like I said,
screen.
the stream in
So
a
yeah, it
painful
is.
way.
So
Like what
we
would
actually
actually
what I can do.
quick.
I'll keep it
Yeah,
through
so
so I
what
can
I'm
hear
gonna
my
do
chat's
is
not
this,
working,
grab that
so
link,
as the
like I said,
screaming.
the stream
So yeah,
in
it
a
is.
way. So
Like what
what
we
would
actually
actually
what I can do. I'll keep it through so I can hear my chat's not working.
grab that link,
Just like
screaming.
yeah, it is. Like what we actually what I can do. I'll keep it through so I can hear my chat's not working.
Grab that link, screaming. Grab that link, screaming.
How about that? It started going up left direction. Oh, I mean, it's obvious.
Grab that link, screaming.
How about that? It started going up left direction. Oh, I mean, it's obvious.
Grab that link, screaming.
How about that? It started going up left direction. Oh, I mean, it's obvious.
Grab that link, screaming.
How about that? It started going up left direction. Oh, I mean, it's obvious.
Grab that link, screaming.
How about that? It started going up left direction. Oh, I mean, it's obvious.
Grab that link, screaming.
Good thing it's not showing my screen. How about that? It started going up left direction. Oh, I mean, it's obvious.
Grab that link, screaming.
Good thing it's not showing my screen. How about that? It started going up left direction.
Yeah, it's working.
Oh, I mean, it's obvious.
Grab that link, screaming.
Good thing it's not showing my screen. How about that? It started going up left direction.
Yeah, it's working.
Oh, I mean, it's obvious.
Grab that link, screaming.
Good thing it's not showing my screen. How about that? It started going up left direction.
Yeah, it's working.
Oh, I mean, it's obvious.
Grab that link, screaming.
Good thing it's not showing my screen. How about that? It started going up left direction.
Yeah, it's working.
Oh, I mean, it's obvious.
Grab that link, screaming.
Good thing it's not showing my screen. How about that? It started going up left direction.
Yeah, it's working.
Discord join sound keeps happening, so it sounds like actually something is showing.
How about that? It started going up left direction.
Yeah, it's working.
Discord join sound
Okay,
keeps happening,
and
so it
then
sounds like
that's it. Welcome. What a great start to the stream. And I can go ahead and just turn this into, get rid of this. There we go. Now we're just on Discord, which is how it is supposed to be. Hello, g'day collaborators, and welcome to today's live stream. I hope your brain didn't die too hard during that introduction. That's going to be how I'm going to start most of my streams. Most of my streams, not all of my streams, just most of them. Anyway, in that deluge of words that you probably didn't hear, it's 15 degrees Celsius outside, and I'm a pansy ass bitch, which is why I've got gloves on. Oh, it's because it's cold. It's cold, okay? It's cold. I'm an Australian. I'm used to 30 degrees Celsius. This is half my feasible temperature. God damn. Alright. I need to... Oh, it's really cold. Ah! Alright. Ah! Okay. Flexibility's back. Welcome, Jordan Hale, and welcome... Oh... I think that's... Fuck, is that a B or an S sound? No, S is C, so that's a B sound. Brain. I've seen you before, but I can't remember how to pronounce the Cyrillic. Brain. Oh, what's that line with the O? Brain. It's like an sound, isn't it? Yeah. Brain bear. Brain bear. My butnogo. My butnogo. My butnogo. Welcome, you guys. How's it going? Yes, as I said before, I tried to pronounce any Cyrillic. So this stream is going to get immediately claimed because today I'm going to be working on my collab submission to the Animate the World progress. Animate the World. Multiple animated project. Yeah, Animate the World. Anyway, we're doing a Buttercup. We're doing it to the song Buttercup, and of course that's a copyright claimable song, so it's very not good. It's not good for keeping my monetization abilities, and that is a problem. But that's okay. This is what I have so far. He's got a little golden tooth here. Yep. So that is what the thing is so far. I'm just going to need to make it bounce around when it comes to the second thing, and of course I need to make the guys in the background actually do their thing. Octavia is going to be a lot easier, and then I'm going to need to worry about getting Cadet to play her guitar. Although it is a bass guitar. She doesn't play bass though, so I don't know. We'll have to see. The next thing, actually, the first thing I should do is light up the scene a little bit more. So I'm actually gonna grab a copy of this light. Wow, that took a while. Copy of this light. No, I've got twice the light on it. No, but what I want to do is disable shadows and disable volumetrics, so that this light, this light can exist as a base light. So this light's gonna come around here. It's going to light up the everything. Okay, and of course it's going to have less min distance. Since it doesn't have a shadow or any volumetrics to worry about, it's going to be less min distance. Okay, so I'm just going to put this like here. Excellent, and then that's the front light. So this is what I'm going to name it. Base front. Easy. Oh, hang on. I haven't put the chat above me yet. That's silly. Silly Steve. I need to pop out this chat and then copy this link. And then I need to go into OBS, grab the YouTube chat. Here it is. And then just paste that link right here. And I'm gonna get rid of the is pop out because I don't need that. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, we've got base light going on now. Of course, it's not going to be this bright, obviously. We are going to... I should probably grab a tea. Leave this stream chilling while I go grab a tea. I'm just going to grab base light here. And now, something I realized is that we don't need... Like, these base lights are going to be very, very dark because there's not going to be a lot of light in this scene to begin with. So... but yeah, we still need all 5 corners, all 5 poses to be taken care of. So, the top, bottom, and everyone seems like they're supernova at the moment. So this one is the base left. This one, there's really no, the directions like, you know, left, right, up and down, or left and right. much like east and west, are arbitrary. Because, like, what is it, left facing towards the camera, or is it left facing in the same direction as the camera? So it's whatever perspective that you want to choose. And I always do it from the perspective of the camera, so that's something that you just gotta make peace with yourself with. Okay, so the important part of these lights is that they're all colored the same as the spotlight, because that's the only light in the room. That's the only lights that's bringing anything up. So we're gonna go ahead and just make it like, okay, so we're gonna make it too bright, and then we use the 0 slider again. And I'm gonna make it about this bright. Now the next thing that I want to do, so these ones are going to be our group selected DAG base lights. Okay, these guys are going to the lights. The next thing I want to do, light main, and then I'm going to copy the spotlight, paste, and I'm going to call this one spotlight diffuse, because any spotlight that you have doesn't actually just light up itself, it lights up itself and a little bit of its surroundings. So I'm gonna put that up here. So that looks more like a torch would. I mean, spotlights themselves are actually pretty damn good at lighting up just themselves, but so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make that light very, very dim. And hopefully that gives it. Okay, excellent. So I'm not really jiving with how I've managed to make these the lights at the moment. Why is that? Let's see, these base lights. What's the top one doing? Oh, that's why. I need to make sure I light up the back as well. So up the back here, so that this shadow isn't there. You can see it. I'm gonna bring it down closer. There we go. Sweet. And then these characters are probably a bit too bright, but I think that's fine, because it's also emulating what humans would actually see. A camera would actually also have hooves are kind of phasing through the cello, but we can't see it from this angle, so it doesn't matter. That's kind of like the I guess the base sort of mindset within animation. We can't see it, so it doesn't matter. Anything you can say that to is a good thing to have in your animation. Anyway, okay, so everything's going well so far. I haven't been copyright blocked yet. It's already guaranteed that it's going to play for 1 hour and 48 minutes? What? Huh? Let me just refresh this page real quick. Yeah, it says... oh, okay, so it adds an hour to its start time to just give you an estimate of how long it's going to go. Okay, that's fair enough. I didn't necessarily specify when this is going to end, so it just says, oh, an hour. But I'm going to split this into 2. The first hour is going to be working on... it's going to be going for 2 hours, by the way, roughly. The first hour, the first part of the stream is going to go working on this, and then the second half is going to be working on No Rest of the Wicked, because I haven't touched it in a while, so I need to make sure I get on that. But this thing is going to need to be in by the end of this month, and I want to get it done as quick as possible. Okay, so I want to make Quillo do a little jig. Okay, so I want to time it with the like the cello, what do you call them, slaps? I don't know. The cello strums. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab his rig body, and actually I'm going to grab his rig everything, and just move it up to that first bass. It's about here. Because the bass actually appears here, but I wanted to start moving before that. So the way I'm going to make him jig is I'm going to make him change position every single bass drop, and then I'm going to do my technique to move all the bookmarks over. So this is where the bass drop happens, so I'm going to put his movement Okay, so I'm gonna make him move up a bit. Maybe make him move a bit this way. And his head, I'm going to move last, but his head's gonna like remain roughly in the same position. Or it's gonna go back and forth. I haven't made up that decision yet. But basically, I don't want him to be stationary during this time. The only part that should be stationary is his legs, because you can't see it in the animation, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I fooled myself. Yeah, that's right. The position I want him to be in can't be for that current base hit. It has to be for the next one. So this bookmark here, oh sorry, the previous one. This bookmark here actually represents what position he's going to be in for this bass drum here. So I need to oh, you can't see the mouse. That's oh, you can see the mouse. Okay, that's good. I was worried for a second. But yeah. So this marking here, I'm gonna make him just tilt to the side. Okay. Back here, actually. It seems that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 seconds. Yeah. No, 5.5. So 0.55 of a second. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Except this one's 0.45. So I'm talking out my ass. Never mind. So this one is going to have him at a high point. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make him go back down. I'm probably just going to copy the first one. And then I also want his head motion to move with his singing. So okay, so I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to move him down slightly to the left. Because what his golden tooth is just a cinder block that I've colored gold and just attached to his teeth. So it's probably a bit uncomfortable for him, like if he was real, but he's not real, so it's not uncomfortable at all. This one's about here. Oh no. Okay, so this one, I'm gonna make him move a bit to the left. Cool. I really shouldn't be moving his head because his head's gonna have a separate motion when it comes to it. Yeah, no, this motion comes in here. I mean, this stream is going to get claimed anyway because I'm going to be working on No Rest of the Wicked next, and that claimed one of my like 2-3 streams ago, and I already know I'm not going to get any rights to do that, to monetize that animation anyway. So, I mean, I got my partner ability back, but I don't want to I don't want to put ads on my videos. Fuck that shit. I'm only going to be subsisting through the generous donations of my many patrons. Many patrons, right? Through the donations of my lovely patrons. And again, I fell into the trap. This is not supposed to be a low point. This is actually supposed to be a high point, because the highest note happens for this one here, so I need to put that as this one. And then this one is where the low note's going to be. So here, I'm going to make him go up, go up, go up. And of course the rig is taking care of moving his other parts of the body. Dude, like, if I was doing this like two years ago, I would have done all of these motions manually, and I would have hated it. So, yeah. I have some respect for past Steve, because he didn't use rigs, but I mean, not using rigs is kind of like, hey, I can run this marathon without using my legs, so or I've decided not to use my feet running this marathon, so it's like, kind of like, yeah, more power to you, but why? Okay, so you see right now, he's got a little jig going, but it's kind of like... so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple bookmarks here, and I'm just going to... Whoa! Make it move like this. Move that closer. Make it closer. Move it closer. Move it closer. What could you possibly be doing, Quillo? This is not something this isn't animating, this is cheating. And I say to you, what's the difference? You're not doing an actual jig, you're just mimicking it. And I'm just saying, that's exactly what animation is. It looks kind of shit. But there is a way to fix it. I'll let you know once I find it. Oh, actually, I think I know how to do it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break all of the laws and put this here. Let's see what that does. Every first pass looks shit. That's just the law of the universe. I'm putting, oh god, what am I doing? I'm putting the in-between of each of the bookmarks onto the ending of the next one, but also the starting of the previous one, so each motion is going to be carried through each of the in-betweens in some sort of way. Okay, it looks better. We're getting there. Hello, Anna. Should we tell her what an anime is? No, that's right. That's anime with an E. So you're fine. So he kind of jigs a bit, but we need to slow it down. We need to slow it down massively, and we need to give him a bit more follow through. So instead, I'm going to put all of these points as like halfway between each of the maximums. Hello again. I said your name before, not going to say it again. Because I'll have to spell it out again. I don't have 4 hours. Okay, good. But we also need to calm him down a bit. Actually, no, the calming down will happen in his head, I reckon. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab his head, and I'm going to do my slowing down of his head. And the way I'm going to do that, actually, I'm going to save real quick. I'm going to delete all of his head motions. No, that's a bad idea. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase all of his head motions, not delete it, which is different somehow, because I'm going to playhead it. So all of it's going to have the same motion. So right now, what his head motion looks like is this. Doesn't look any different, which is good news. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a cheeky, and I'm going to do this so I can keep his head in the same relative position. And then I'm going to over-exaggerate his next head position. And then this one, actually I also need the neck in this as well. So, but the neck one I'm going to keep in the previous one, the previous motions. And the thing I'm focusing on is keeping his nose in the same general sort of location, because that seems reasonable. In this one, he's going to move his head nose down, and then again over exaggerate. And this one's going to over exaggerate too. Alright. Okay.
Electrify my golden tube. Electrify my golden tube.
Okay, so that needs to come a bit earlier.
Electrify my
Okay, so this one, I'm going to put a bookmark here, and then this bookmark here is going to have his head correcting his XY motion here, like this. And then I'm going to move this one earlier. Bad idea. I'm going to replace this one. Just like that. This one, actually, I want him to raise his head up when he says golden, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this one down, just like that. And I want him to maintain his upward position for the whoopsie daisies. Maintain his upward position for the entirety of golden. There we go. And then when he says tooth,
electrify my golden tube. Electrify my golden tube.
when he says tooth, oh, what do I want him to do when he says tooth? I kind of want him to, like, this way a bit so he can see his tooth. And then I'm going to add like a sparkle to it. I can do a lens flare in Sony Vegas, so I don't have to do it in SFM. I wouldn't even know where to start to do a slight flare in SFM. I'm pretty sure you can, but I don't want to. I can actually probably do like a Young Sweet Eyes light flare sort of thing. Where it's just a volumetric light that pulses at the camera. Because that's how I did the thing in Young Sweet Eyes, if in case you didn't know. Oh yeah. Oopsie daisies. Oh, actually. Nah. And here, I'm going to add the motion from here onto that one. And then I'm going to add this motion onto the last one. Cool. Let's have a look.
Fine, electrify mine. Electrify my golden tube.
Okay, so I need to calm him down a lot, and I could do that by meticulously looking through every single bookmark and like specifically editing every single one to make it like that. Or I can use the SFM endorsed cheat, the cheat mode. And I love cheating, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of his rig body, I'm gonna go into the motion editor here. Oh, cool, he's using the motion editor. You know, shit's getting real. And then I'm just gonna use the smooth slider. This is my cheat. This is the one hands down biggest, most absolute greatest thing about SFM is this smooth slider. It is so fucking broken. Broken in like the good way in video games when you find something that is just so unbelievably awesome. Yeah, this is what the smooth slider is.
Electrify my golden tune.
Look at that. It's so much smoother than before. Look, I'll just run it again before.
Electrify my golden tune.
Looks kind of eh. And then I hit 3, maybe even 5 of the smooth slider. You can't go overboard with it. That's the only thing.
Electrify my golden tune.
Look at that. So fucking beautiful. Beautiful. I shouldn't yell loudly because it's 7 a.m. and people are sleeping. Hello. Who dares? Ah, it is. And you're muted too, which is always nice. Yes, you're muted because I don't want you talking. No, you're muted because you're probably on voice activity. You need to go to push to talk in order to talk in this specific stream chat. So.
Electrify my golden tune.
There we go. I see you do that. I can tell because your mute symbol goes away.
Best troll ever.
Oh, and you're the quietest person I've ever met. Give us another yell. Don't change your settings though.
Hang on, let me switch devices.
Devices. Ah, like Vice City. I see.
Electrify my golden tune.
Okay, so I'm not jiving with the tooth motion here. So I'm going to... Oh my god, Quillo's using both the motion editor and editing individual graph points in the graph editor on the same animation. What is this? There we go. And then these graph points here, not this one. These graph points are specifically going to go up a bit to reduce the back and forth motion here. There we go, that's a lot better. There we are, much more better. Cool. Nice.
Electrify my golden tune.
Excellent.
Electrify my golden tune.
Brilliant stuff. Alrighty then.
Fine, electrify mine. Electrify my golden tune.
Because, what? That's not a bass guitar. Bass guitars have 4 strings, right? Yeah, that's right. Bass guitars have 4 strings and regular guitars have 6. Is that right, or am I talking out of my ass again? Bass guitar. I spelled it. I spelled bass with an E. Yeah, bass guitars have 4 strings. Okay. Easy. Okay. Good news. Guitars have 4 strings. Okay. Alright, good news.
Fine.
Okay, so this baton motion actually, I need to edit its points because I need to make it a bit less high and a bit more high here. There we go.
Fine.
And I'm going to bring both of them up.
Fine.
Cool.
Electrify my.
But Quillo, what do the graph points in the graph editor mean? Okay, so so here's some advanced graph editor usage tutorial right here. Okay, so the graph editor is made up of graph points and the tangents between those points. Easy. That's the best. That's the most baseline experience you can get with the graph editor here. Okay, but what do the points actually mean? So the points are a saved position in the memory of that model, a saved position or rotation value that is one of the position or rotation values. It's saved as that point. That's what it's going to be all the time at that specific point in time. The rest of it is just calculated vector points between the first point that you have here and the next point. So the first point here and then the next point. This line here is not clearly defined. It is in fact calculated between those 2 points and also the next point, since we're using the spline tangent as well. Not pleasant. I should get a tea for myself actually. And so the green line refers to y. Green refers to y. What y means, I'll get to later. Red line refers to x, same, what x means I'll refer to later, and blue refers to z, or z if you're American. So the z line is blue, and if the thing is that SFM and most 3 programs, they have a different version of what X, Y, Z actually means. What each of those letters actually refer to. Which axes each of those letters actually refer to. Each 3D program has it different. And that's the most annoying. But each 3D program will tell you exactly what axes they use, simply by going to this move tool in SFM or the pretty much any selecting thing in Unity. It will tell you which letter refers to what. So you can see the Y letter refers to this axis, or what I like to call the depth axis. I'm pretty sure, because if we spawn in a new camera, and make all the transforms of this camera into 0, so if we just bump and then 0, and then we select this camera, and then we go, where's this camera? Here it is. Okay, so X, you can see from this camera, X is actually the depth axis. So if you go more in the X area, you're moving away to or towards the camera or the 0 position. Y is referred to the left and right, and Z always, that's what I'm saying when I'm saying like depth and left and right. What I said before doesn't actually have any inherent meaning, because, rotation of the camera, rotate the camera 90 degrees, suddenly X and Y is going forward, which is exactly what happens with this camera. The Y is actually going forward, and the X is actually going to the left and right. So left and right really has no meaning. Actually just left, so I'm pretty sure I didn't like my explanation. He's probably having some issues with his mic settings or something, and since I wasn't responding to him directly, then he knew that. Anyway, so welcome back. You can see here that the Y and X refer to, I guess I'm going to call it the not Z plane, because Z always refers to up and down. Because no matter what reasonable left and right position, Z will always refer to up and down, or the blue will always refer to up and down. Blue goes towards the sky, always, every single time. And then green and red always go towards the horizon, I guess. Anyway, so that's what the blue, green, red position values mean for, let me just grab this baton again. Not the baton magic base, I'm looking for the baton. Here we are. So that's what the green, red, and blue mean. But there's 2 of each of them. There's 2 of each of the green and the blue and the red. Why is there 2 of them? Because one of them, you can sort of see over to the left here, one of them refers to the position, one of them refers to the rotation. One or the other. And to find out which one is which, you can of course use your rotation tool. And you can see that rotating it in the blue axis will actually turn the baton on its upwards axis. It will turn it on its upwards axis. The green one will turn it on its left and right axis, and the red one will turn it on its forward and backwards axis. So remember, left and right, forwards and backwards means nothing. They can be interchangeable, but that's what each value corresponds to a certain amount of degree turn around that axis. Now, the thing about rotation nodes that's very confusing. Rotation is always confusing, no matter what you do with it, because you can rotate something and it will turn out in a different way depending on which things you rotate first. Typically speaking, programs usually go X, Y, Z when referring to Euler rotations, which is when it's just the X, Y, and Z. But then there's another type of rotations, which is quaternions, which is just weird. Quaternions are weird. Don't worry about quaternions, because that has a 4th value here. It's like a 4-dimensional vector, and it's weird. I'm fairly certain, I don't think this is true, but quaternions are specifically degrees of rotation in the X position, degrees of rotation in the Y axis, degrees of rotation of the Z axis, and then a scalar of those degrees or something like that. It's weird. Don't worry about it. You can always convert quaternions back into Euler to make it more sense. But Euler makes a lot more sense. That is E-U-L-E-R, Euler, because all it is just a amount of degrees around that axis, and that is it. And I'm pretty sure SFM calculates it from X to Y to Z. So it does Z last, does X first, and then Y next. And of course it just goes, all right, so we've got the main model, and we're going to grab the x-axis, which of course this is the x-axis here. We're going to grab it, and we're going to turn it however many values. And then the y-axis, which is now here, it's not here, it's here, which is through the model. We're going to grab it and turn it this way. And then the z-axis, which is always along the side of it, we're going to grab it and turn it that way. Or we'll turn it that amount. And that's going to be different to us if we did it, say, z first or something like that. Because if we turn, if we got here, we got the z-axis, we're going to turn it first, suddenly the x-axis is no longer facing in that original direction. It's facing this way. So turning it that way makes it a little bit different. I'm turning my hand in the exact same position. But then the y-axis changes that up a bit, and that sort of thing happens strangely. Anyway, so that's something that you have to take care of when it comes to the graph editor. The graph editor, of course, is only the representation of those 3 different points. How did I know that this line was referring to the position line, which you can see here, there's a star and position. If I select that, you can see that's all that. How did I know that this line specifically was the z-axis? Because if we look at the motion of the baton itself, all right, it goes up and then it goes down. What line is the only line that goes up and then down on this graph point? Exactly, the last one. The last one is the only one that goes up and then down. And that's how I knew it was the thing. There it is. And so I'm gonna make this
Magic.
Wow, that's really loud. Hang on. Don't you change your voice settings. Okay, now speak again.
Hey, now is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, I had it up kind of loud because when I had to whisper.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. You're still up kind of, I can still hear the bit of a peaking, so go ahead and lower it just a little bit more, and I'll edit you on my end to make you sure you're not too quiet. So, because you're at 100% on my end, so if I can turn you up to 200% if you like. So, go ahead and talk when you've lowered your mic settings a little bit further. Bring it down to like 80% or something.
Okay, is this better?
Okay, so that. Okay, now talk again.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so whatever sound you're at, increase it by 20%. If that makes any sense. Don't increase it by 20. Increase it by 20%. So 1/5 of whatever sound value you had before. Now see, how loud is that?
I bumped it up a scoot.
Okay, maybe a bit louder. Another 20%.
Yeah, right now it's at 69%.
Nice. That seems good. That's fine. That's fine with me. Let's leave it at nice. I'm actually going to put you at 169%. So it's 69% on your end and 169% on my end. Brilliant.
Yep. negative 9.72 decibels.
That means nothing because it changes between the things. So don't worry about -9 decibels. I only worry about the percentage that you're at. Well, I mean, like, it doesn't mean nothing, but it's different on my end. That's the thing. Because you know, it changes with like the volume that I set you at, and then the volume that my speakers are running at, the volume that OBS hears you at. So we don't worry about decibels. It's kind of like saying that, you know, I don't know, you know, saying that you weigh a certain amount of kilograms. You don't actually weigh that much. That's just the way that you're expressing it. You know, because an American would weigh them in pounds. I weigh myself in kilograms, and the universe weighs you in. So the universal kilograms is different to metric kilograms. Well, not really. Mass is different to weight. Let's move on.
Yeah, welcome to Linux.
Yeah. Because I'm like technically speaking, I only weigh about about somewhere between 7 to 8 kilograms. That's how much I actually weigh. Like, that's my mass. I have a mass of 7 to 8 kilograms. And I weigh 75 kilograms because that's actually the Earth's pull. That's what weight is. It's the gravitational component of my mass being applied to me. So I weigh 75 kilograms on Earth, but on the moon, I'm going to weigh something like 35 kilograms. And in normal space, I'm going to pull an attraction index of about 7.5 kilograms. So anything that's, lighter than 7.5 kilograms will be attracted towards me, or observationally it might be attracted towards me. And anything that weighs more, I'm going to be observationally attracted towards them. But coming from the standpoint of myself, the attraction will happen always towards me because that's what the theory of relativity says. But still, going from a neutral observational standpoint, anything that's lighter than me, anything that has a mass less of 7 kilograms is going to be attracted towards me, and anything that has a greater mass than 7 kilograms, I'm going to be attracted towards it. That's why you don't fly away from the Earth. Moving on.
This is so weird. I got like 2 different playback things I gotta adjust.
He died. He got assassinated, guys. the amount of playbacks he's got is too much. It's too much.
This might be a little bit louder.
That's too loud. Go back to what you had before. Damn it! Don't change shit. I'm saying that you cut out your push to talk. Cause remember, you're on push to talk.
It's a keyboard combination.
Well, maybe yeah, that's fair enough. Push to talk is kind of unwieldy, isn't it? Huh? Because I've mapped it to one of my mouse buttons, but I'm one of those fortunate few, quote unquote, who has 6 mouse buttons. Got him. Well, actually, no. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, I've got 6, but one of them is a scroll wheel. So, someone link push to talk to the scroll wheel. Oh god. Terrible. Don't actually link push to talk to your scroll wheel, please. But what I recommend for your push to talk button is to be like just tilde, or not a key that doesn't actually do anything to the computer. Maybe just alt, just pressing alt itself. That could be your button. But then again, key combos that have alt in it will mess about. And then shift would happen every time you're taking capital letters. Yeah, I reckon just map it to alt. Just map it to alt, and that could be your push to talk button. Or you could go real retro hardcore and map it to. So, I always rebound it to V, but I'm pretty sure the default team chat is always T. And then in some games you have the team chat being L, which is fucking terrible. Anyway, so that's my intro into fucking graph editor theory. So we're just gonna move back to this. We're gonna delete this camera, and we're gonna.
Fight, electrify mine. Fight, electrify mine. Electrify my golden tooth.
Okay, cool.
Electrify my golden tooth.
Okay, so now if I'm looking at Quillo right here, what are you looking at? Why do you do this to yourself? Not only looking on Linux, but why don't you look at your notifications? Well, I mean, I can understand why you wouldn't look at your notifications. I'm wondering why you have notifications turned on for most of your servers. The other thing is,
I don't.
Huh?
Don't know.
Yeah. Because that's why I always have my Discord on Do Not Disturb, because I don't like having notifications like visible, and I always like clear it as soon as I get to it.
Yeah, the Discord pin's one of my favorite noises though, so.
Yeah, it's one of my most hated noises. Notification sounds are always my most hated noise. Not because the Discord ping does sound really nice. It's a very nice ping, but I hate it because it's a notification. It's something that I have to cut my attention on the thing that I'm currently looking to look over to something else to see, oh, it's something I need to take care of. I'd much rather a notification be like, oh, that's a thing I have to take care of, as opposed to like my mind is already wandering and I notice it. Oh, that's something I have to take care of, so I'll go do it. Instead of my attention's being sliced in half and brought over here, it's just like, don't do that. So. Okay. Chew. Alrighty. But hey, to each their own, you know, that sort of thing. But that's interesting.
Well, not really, because it's essentially the same thing as... Yeah, it's just the same thing as the Discord chat on Windows, but it looks different. Do you have a Discord skin on? Or is that just what Linux Discord looks like? I think that's just what Linux Discord is, because it's
That's
just...
Linux Discord. I did it like because Linux got their. Well, I mean, Discord's got their own version of client for Linux.
Yeah, I mean that's fair enough. I mean, because like the Windows version isn't going to work on Linux unless you have a Windows emulator on Linux. So, but then that's still running in Windows, not Linux.
Yeah, you mean Wine emulator?
Yep.
Electrify my golden
Well, technically, Wine's not really an emulator, but
I don't care.
fire.
Alrighty, time for me to do the motions of our cellist and our guitarist. I'm going to start with the cellist because that seems a little bit simpler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to listen to the oh, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the hoof motion first, because that's always going to be, you know, I can just emulate it, because I don't actually have to do it fully. Like, I don't have to make sure she plucks each individual string. I just have to make sure she plucks a string. What the difficult part is going to be this one, to try and listen to the frequency of the note being drawn, and to try and move her hoof up and down to try and emulate that. And of course, the rule that I'm sticking by, the further up her hoof goes, the lower the note is, and the further down her hoof goes, the higher the note is. That's all the thing that we have to focus on. And of course, there's always the difference between each string, but we're not going to be focusing on that one. So, yes. So we're going to go ahead and just undo the selection for everything that isn't our cellist. There we go. Sweet. She's already got a rig applied to her. That's brilliant. So this first one, which happens about here, is a low note. So I'm just going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock her hand to the world, so I can get this axis as opposed to that axis, because that axis is referred... Oh no, finger. There we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. Okay, so I'm going to start off high. How high can she go? About here. Does that look unwieldy? We're about to find out. Yeah, her hoof is kind of broken. I don't know how to unbreak it. Because if I unbreak it going this way, then her elbow breaks. Unless, of course, I can probably do a cheeky sneaky and just... yeah, no. Because it's her elbow that determines the orientation of her hand, which is a bit of a shame. So I have to keep it broken like this so that it doesn't look broken on her hoof. But we can't see it from back that way because, you know, you can't... If you can't... What did I say? Or, like, we can't see that in the animation, so I don't care. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just bring this hoof up quite a long way, just before her hoof breaks. So I need to bring it closer, and yeah, brilliant, good stuff. Something else I can actually do. Actually, I'm gonna do a cheeky. I'm gonna do a cheeky sneaky. So this has a rotation on its axis here, and what I could do is I can actually lock her finger, which is what actually moves her hoof. I can lock her finger to that axis so that my directional axis is along the side of the cello thing. So I don't have to worry about repositioning the left, the back and forward, the right, left and back and forward. I can just use the blue one now. So there you go. So there we are. So she starts off as, I'm just gonna bring her hand down, actually, just like that. Oh fuck! It looks so broken. Can you see it from the distance? No, you can't. Why? Who's streaming? Why? Why? So many things in this channel. Like so many things in this server that I thought I disabled, but I didn't do that. How do you disable streaming in a? Okay. Do I have to edit the channel? Oh, that's the one I'm looking for. Why didn't it work? Hang on a sec. There we go. Haha, I killed your stream. Alrighty.
Stream within a stream. How meta.
Yeah, I know.
Why electrify my golden tooth?
There we go. He does a little jig, which I'm happy about.
Why electrify my golden tooth?
But it's sort of, it is kind of strange how he does this jig at the end, but he doesn't do a jig at the start. I'm gonna have to figure that out later. But here, I'm gonna try and do my cellist motions now.
Why electrify my
Okay. So that motion here is gonna have to have the same position as this one. So here, I'm going to finger up. So here, about here. The next thing we're going to do, of course, is use flat tangents. So this is curve fit. So I have to also make sure that she doesn't move her hoof as she's playing the note, because that, of course, would change the note's frequency. So we're going to go ahead. Yes, Octavia's playing that jazz. That here stays. That here, I'm going to go down to about here. I'm actually going to bring her hoof over so it makes it look like she's playing on a different string. Okay. So here, again, a bit further down. Now, this of course isn't going to be how it actually is. Like, if a real cellist were to make, like, put her hand in that position and make that noise, it's not going to sound like that. Because I don't know how instruments work. But all I know is that the closer you are to the frets, the closer you are to the bottom of the fretboard, the higher the note is.
Boy.
That's all I know. And violins and cellos are weird because they don't have actual delineations for the frets. Oh, my nose is itchy. Ah! Oh. I would 100% like if I ever go into a position where there's coronavirus around, I am 100% going to get infected by it because I touch my face all the time. My nose just itches at the wrong times. It's just terrible. About here is where it's boop, a bit further in. Oh, I need to. It's hard because I'm trying to listen for that specific bass line. out, like around all the other sounds. Okay, here we go. Where's this?
Electrify my mind.
Lower. Alright, so this is the same note as that one.
Electrify my mind. Fine, electrify my electrify my
Pretty sure.
electrify my
This is the same note as this one.
electrify my golden tooth. Fine, electrify my
And then of course I'm gonna add some like back, like sort of, I'm gonna make her sway a tiny bit, so her hoof motions are even less noticeable.
fine, electrify my
And then I'm gonna use the same position here. Here. Oh, I don't even need to worry about it because we don't see it. Excellent.
fine, electrify my
All right. Whew. All right. So I'm gonna do one string motion, using her hand and actually no, just her finger and her finger aim, the L ones here. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is the first position is gonna have a hoof like about here, and I'm gonna actually bring her finger aim like this because I want to look at, because hooves is so hard to work with. I want to make her sort of do this, so that is the strumming motion that I want to do. So it starts here, that's what this position currently is, and the strings are here, and I'm going to make it do that, sort of. That is going to be the plucking sort of thing. And then it's just going to go back to this and then do the motion again. So we're going to see if this works. So that, the starting actually has to be before the strum, and the actual strum, like something that I have to realize is that the actual strum happens when she lets go of the string. Not when she like moves it, but when she actually lets go of it. That's when the sound actually happens. So that's when I, as the animator, have to take into account that that's when she should be having, that's when her backswing should be, is when the sound is playing. So, whew, she's gonna pick up the string. So this is where she lets go. She's gonna pick up the string here. So this is where she's going to do, this is where she's gonna do this, and her hoof is like that, and then where she lets go of the string here. So I'm gonna grab these again and just move them back. Here is where she lets go of the string. That's when her finger's gonna go whoop whoop, and that's when her finger aim is gonna whoop whoop. Easy. Hopefully. Okay, so she doesn't actually let go of the string when the string sounds. She's let go of the string before, and that's when the string sounds. So she needs to let it go back here. The rest of the motion is just her getting back to the strumming position. Oh fuck, that's not the one. Here. And of course I can do that same thing again where I actually lock the cello's root transform, or the finger to the cello root transform. So that actually can be very useful. And of course I need to do spline for this one, because that is how the world do. Gonna bring it out and it's when the sound stops, that's when her hoof is back on the I'm gonna call it the fretboard, even though it's not that. Back on the strings. There we go. That's better. That's when her hoof is back on the strings. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure that the aim doesn't change. There. That's where it is. Okay, and then this is where the motion repeats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this part here, right? And then I'm going to select all of this. Now, if my theory is correct, I just have to keep copying this motion, and then that'd be all I have to do. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. Ah, it's not that. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm actually going to do, so I'm going to copy, fuck it, I'm just going to move it forward. Whoops. So I'm going to grab these motions here. Okay. Well, it's almost right. So maybe is this? I mean, it sort of works. Nice. Nice. Because the thing I really want to see is that sort of jerky, that sort of jerk at the point that the note is actually playing. Because that's when she actually strums. So, good shit. She's doing the thing that I want her to. Cool. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to change these from curve fit to just threes. See what happens. Yeah, that looks kind of nice. And I can actually, what I can actually do. All right, here we go. Some more advanced motion editor usage. Here we go. Graph editor usage. So I want her Z position to go even further down than this one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these and then, hang on a second. That's the maximum though. So yeah, I'm going to grab these and I'm going to use this tool here, which is the scaler tool. The scaler tool is pretty great. Hi Freddy, by the way. The scaler, hi Yoshi as well, I don't think, and Julian, and Dragon the Lion. Yes, you're dragging the lion. I'm trying to make a pun with like you dragging lines, but it doesn't really work. But yeah, I was like, bye, Ree. I think his Linux died as well. I didn't actually say hi to everyone, so hi, Dragon and Julian and Yoshi and Freddy. How's it going? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna grab this point and then drag it up and down. No, down, because I want to drag it. So the scaler tool, you get the point, the line that you're going to scale from, and then what you're going to scale to is actually determined by, if you go up, it's further away. If you go down, it's closer to that line. So I'm going to move it further away from that line. In fact, what I should do, actually, before I scale it, is put it at that lowest position, because what I want to do is I want to get her hoof right up close to the cello bass when she's in that low position. So I'm going to grab this, I'm going to move it down and then up. So her hoof is about here. So now, nice. Nice. And then what I can also do is grab all of it and move them all down. Oh, whoops, that's not what I'm supposed to do. Grab this one here and then move it all down slightly. There we go.
Fine, electrify mine.
Cool.
Fine, electrify mine.
Cool. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to lock her pelvis to the cello like that. And now what I can do is, instead of... the Quillo is wearing the spy's fancy fedora. Good job for picking that out. Just the normal... Spy wears... Does the spy wear a fedora normally? I am the spy. Not though, I'm not looking for the movie. No, he doesn't wear a fedora normally. Huh, interesting. But he is wearing the fancy fedora item for the spy, yeah. Because I figured it'd fit. Ooh, hang on.
Fine, electrify mine.
Okay, so just I was looking at my screen and it's currently got this motion here, and I was wondering if the hat is actually invisible because it's being culled, but it's not. It's still visible, which is good news. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Okay, and then yeah. Oh, cool.
Fine, electrify mine. Electrify my golden tooth.
Cool.
Fine, electrify mine.
Ah. Gross. All right. Ah. Anytime I go it's because my nose is itchy. 100% of the time. Okay, so. All right. There's another one of those sounds. So, this cello, her pelvis and her hands are locked to it, so that no matter the orientation, she's always going to be. The only thing that I want to make sure stays in the same position is her toes. I'm going to get her toes, and I'm just going to lock them to the ground. So now, whenever she does this thing, Fuck it, let's do it. Hang on. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna lock transform her pelvis, which is already, and I'm gonna grab her toes and do this. And then I'm gonna grab the root transform, and I'm gonna do this.
Fine, electrify mine. Fine, electrify mine.
Finished. I'm kidding. Obviously, I have to use the ball motion here, not just one axis. I have to use both like all axes. Hang on.
Fine, electrify mine. Fine, electrify mine.
Perfect. No, it's not good. Okay, so I don't actually want. So it turns out I don't want her pelvis locked to it, but I want to make her motion such that when she moves, when the cello moves, her pelvis sort of moves in the same general direction, so that her hands can still stay in the same position. But I still want her to be reasonably standing correctly. So, I guess her feet need to be back a bit. Like that. Almost. Yeah, something like that. Anyway. Whew. So, I'm gonna grab her pelvis. No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this cello. So I want to sort of move it a bit closer to her as she's doing the high note. And then move it away slightly. And then move it closer, like that. pelvis motion, I'm going to give her a bit of a jig. Okay, so her motion is way too jank. So what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna delete the first of each pair, because that's the sustain. So let's have a look. So this is a bit too much. So is this actually. So I'm just gonna, and then this as well. But what I can actually do is add some spine. I can add some spine to it. That actually works in the like that length. I was just originally trying to butcher the English language, but it didn't kind of butcher it. It sort of worked. So I'm gonna add that going like that, and then this going down like this. And then I'm gonna and then I'm gonna add some head bobbin. I'm gonna do the same thing I did for Quillo. Use her neck. This needs to go back down. This needs to come down as well. And then get this back in frame. I'm going to pull this down a bit and this as well. Cool. And now I'm going to use her head motion. But I'm going to run blind. We're going to run blind here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if this works. Run blind. We're gonna. Wow, my camera is like really. Oh no, we're in an earthquake. Ah. Actually, I'm gonna put you here. I don't like having the camera on this main screen because it sort of blocks out half of the window. But we're gonna make do. How does it look? Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. And then, ow, add some lighting to it. Make it even prettier. Oh. Make me brighter. Bright as the lightest bright of all brightest lights. Alright. So what I want to do is every bookmark of her head, I want her nose to be in the same general position. thing I hate about SFM is that there's no smooth operator. There's no like, you can't like smoothly or like finitely, really smallly translate something using the rotation circles. It just doesn't work. Every other program has a button which if you press it toggles going like, alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get your mouse motions and divide it by 2, and that's how much you're actually moving the ball or whatever. And that's what I love, but I can't do it in SFM because SFM is broken. Anyway. Hello Raven, how's it going? Glad to see you here. So here I want to get her head down. Up a bit. Down a bit, head up a bit. This head motion is done. Meet the Quillo spy, yes. I want to actually have her eyes open and looking at the cello as well here. Actually noticed that before. Oh, yeah, this needs to go over here. Okay, cool. Head. In this neck position, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... Cool. Okay, cool. So I'm going to get her eyes, and I'm not going to actually put it on the cello, because then it would look weird. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the cello. Hello again. Who dares? Oh, it's you again. How's it going?
Good. Hopefully my setting's saved.
Yeah, I think it did. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open her eyes here. Oh, it works. Yep. And of course I'm going to eyes lower. No, not that one. Lid lower. There we go. And eyes close. Oh, not really though. What happens? Oh, her eyes are as low as it can go, it seems. Okay. Because I want her eyes to be looking at something, and it has to be reasonably looking at something, so I'm going to make it look up to her hoof. But in that case, I have to move her head. Up more towards her hoof. And down. Okay. Now she looks drunk. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I'm going to move her eyes back down to where they were before. That's a shame, she can't move any lower. Sort of.
Electrify my electrify my electrify my
Okay, so what I'm going to do with her body here, not her head or her neck. I'm actually going to add this here.
electrify my
Good.
electrify my electrify my
Cool. Great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab her tail and I'm going to make sure it looks good. So, where's her tail? It's probably in hidden. So, hidden controls, other, tail. Here we go. There it is. So, I'm going to move her tail such. Also, her back is kind of broken, but that's okay because we don't see it. Yep, that looks about right. Of course, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab her tail. I'm going to play head so the tail doesn't actually move. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on the ground here. And I'm going to grab her next part of the tail and just make sure it's on the actual floor. I'm going to do this. And then... Okay, cool. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to lock tail 3, tail 1. I'm going to go back to, yeah, I'm going to lock tail 1, and then I'm going to make it play head like it should do, so it actually moves. But then I'm going to get tail 2, I'm going to lock it to the world, and then I'm going to use my ultimate cheat and smooth the fuck out of it. So smooth. Cool.
electrify my
So smooth. And then I'm gonna play head it a bit, but not all the way, like halfway.
electrify my
Cool. And that's it. Cool. That's her tail.
electrify my
Cool, cool. Cool and cool.
electrify my
Her cello sort of like takes her control away here, so I'm just gonna do this, where I'm just gonna copy the first position and put it back over here, except here she's going to go up here and around there. And I'm going to do that, and then of course what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to close her eyes.
electrify my
Cool.
electrify my
Okay, and of course I need to make sure that she has some anticipation, which is simply done by using spline. Cool. And then I'm actually going to move this a bit earlier. Cool.
electrify my gold.
I'm going to leave that in because you don't see it.
Electrify my gold. Electrify my gold.
Oh, it's great. It's good stuff. I don't know why that happened, but it happened. So there you go. I think I know why it happened. Because with the neck, I kept putting positions and then moving it to the left. Actually, it was the head, it seems. Yeah, I kept grabbing positions and then moving it to the left, and for some reason the rig only like accounts for parts that are like inside the timeline of the motion, and outside it sort of breaks. which is why the motion there is saved. And then whenever you move the like a bookmark inside, it drags the last one out. So if I just move this last one, it drags the position of that, and obviously I kept moving it back when I had the last one, so it moved that further forward and forward, because I can do this right here, but and then if I move that forward, it moves that forward as well. So that's what happened, and then dragged it from the right all the way to the left, because you notice the neck also has that position here. Yeah, and that's what happened there. But I'm gonna keep it in there.
Electrify my
It's gonna be great. I haven't actually baked procedurals just yet, and there are some weird motions because
mind, electrify
the main has a weird has some weird things to it. But I'm gonna bake the motion as the last thing I do in the animation. So
mind, electrify mine, electrify my golden tube. By mine,
Yeah, for some reason, like some of the procedurals like go in the opposite direction than they're supposed to. Like here, like the main goes to the right when it should go to the left. Weird stuff. But yeah, I'm either gonna freeze his hair, because he's probably wearing a lot of like hair stuff, and he's gone again. Oh, we've got a hot tub going in the cadet stream, and I can join cadet stream because I can. It's my stream and I can do what it is, and I can join cadet if I want to. So here we go. Boom.
No egg brain.
Egg brain, you talking about me?
Hi!
Hi! I'm still streaming on my end too.
Howdy.
Boof. There we go. It still works.
Okay.
Let me see. How do I interact with it again? Goddamn.
I don't know.
I don't know
There's a
either.
specific control that I'm looking for. I have to right click.
There we go. Now your hooves are correctly colored.
There we are. There we go.
Apparently Solar Flare felt that.
I'm sorry, I don't know what world revolving is. I missed that message. That was too slow.
I'm gonna
Delay.
add a thing. I'm gonna call it.
What thing?
Add a text. I'm gonna add text. I'm gonna call it cadet. Whoops daisies. That's caps lock.
That's a long name.
Caps.
Cadet. Whoopsie daisy. That's caps lock.
Yep.
These are pretty long.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's not as bad as some anime I've seen.
You're seeing cadet red shirt right on the top of my stream. Scream.
My scream! Yeah, exactly.
Ariel's fine. I'm gonna color it the red. It's like a darkish sort of red. There we are. And then I'm going to make it small. Select font. Make it small. That's too small.
Make it small.
That's too small too. So I need to put it to 28. That's still a bit too small. So it's 36. 36 is still a bit too small. Wow. 48.
Are you gonna be alright there, bud?
No.
Oh.
Everything's still a bit too small. Now this is a bit too big, so I need to.
Well. You're going in the opposite direction.
Huh? Hang on.
Huh?
What?
I just looked at Quill. The stream that is displaying on yours, it's an old one.
Really? Oh crap! This is not the
Weird.
current. Oh, okay, it's the wrong.
I looked, I was like, wait,
Oops.
what? She gave up on that one quick. She's on another one already.
Yeah, I got
Hang on,
bored
wait.
of drawing my horse.
Right, 'cause that's the link to the the old stream. Hang on a second. So this I'm looking for
I'm so confused. This
cadet
is like,
stream properties.
It should just be
Yep,
live?
Whoops, that's
Yeah.
a saved one. Okay.
Poor
There we
thing.
are. There we go. That's Cadet Stream.
That tipped me a bit of a confused there.
I
Hello,
am a bit
everyone.
of a confused. Cadet text, and then what I'm gonna do?
I have a text.
You have a text.
Ah,
I sent it.
that's
to you.
awesome. What is my text?
It just says.
What does it
Cadet
look
Red Shirt
like?
Stream.
Oh, I thought you meant like, you know how fonts are named after things like
Oh,
Havana.
okay.
And...
So like, so you thought there was a Cadet Red Shirt
Helvetica.
font.
Yeah, I was like, there's a cadet font. That's awesome.
Cool. There we are. So now we've got a
Cool.
stream in a stream. Ooh, someone's trying to join my Discord group. I might actually have to leave this
Oops, you're gonna have to dip.
one. Ah, yeah, I'm gonna have to dip maybe. So I'm gonna go all and collaborator. Yeah. So I'll dip.
It's
your
pleasant to
stream is
talk
still
to you.
on the left of. It's nice to talk with you too. Nice to talk with you, Jack, and nice for being in the same call as Pixie.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's been
All
emotional.
good.
It's been emotional, guys.
Been a
Good
trip.
talk.
Dang.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Go on.
I just hear, "Go on!" Oh no. Hi. Hello, Delta. This chat room is a push to talk chat. I'm gonna get rid of it. Fuck the push to talk. Honestly, it's just weird for people. But the only thing you have to make sure of is that you don't have a lot of like background noise in your thing. So I'm just gonna put that. And now, hi. How's it going?
Hey,
Heyo. Excellent. Welcome aboard, Mr. Delta.
greetings. How you been?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, actually.
Yeah, I was just finishing up on like a little bit of a few Arma sorties just there, and saw you were doing a stream, so I thought I'll pop on, see how you're doing.
Yeah. Right now, what I'm doing is wow. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot, like not only in the chat, but in the live stream. It's not usual what happens. There is 10 people watching. That's a lot. My maximum amount of people I've ever had in a stream at once is 12. So this is great news. Hello.
Greetings, internet.
Yes. Dean McKellar. He's saying he's trying to join the Discord group. Why isn't it?
That's me.
Oh, you. Okay, that's okay. Good news. Well, that's
Not gonna lie,
yeah.
yeah, not gonna lie. From the lesson there and how I referenced Ace Combat a couple bits, and I remembered that you just immediately recognized that it was Pixie, like in the chat. I thought you might click there.
Oh yeah, no, that was in Cadet Stream. It was just like
Oops.
oopsie daisies. But yeah, so wait, hang on. Just wind back what you said there. What are you trying to say? What are you meaning?
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, it's weird stuff going.
Yeah.
My brain is off. It's in airplane mode. It is 8 in the morning,
Yikes.
and it's too much of an airplane mode. No, Red Ace, that's illegal.
Pops on 3 other accounts to get. Wow, low blow, Red.
That's not a low blow. He's trying to help out, but he's just like, wait, that's
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, hello, I have a request. Welcome to the stream.
Now back to
but
the
yeah,
stream. Stream at the same time on Cadget's Discord.
yes, we've got.
Bye.
It's trying. All right. So this is what I've got so far for anyone who's just recently joined the stream.
Fine, electrify my golden tube.
So the what was new in this stream is Quillo's little jig going on here. Also Octavia's neck snaps, but don't worry about that. Quillo's little jig that happens here. That's a new thing in the stream. And the other new thing is Octavia's strumming going on here.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. That's what's so far. And what I need to do now is Cadet playing the guitar, because I know that Cadet can actually play the guitar in real life. So I was like, put her in there. The reason why she's in
a little
this,
nice sweet though.
yeah, the reason why she was in this pose before is because I was actually gonna have like a Lyra or another unicorn playing that, because it's like, admittedly, it's going to be a lot easier to do the unicorn thing because all I have to do is shake the guitar. Shake the guitar and move like a magic aura up and down it, and then that'd be all I'd have to do. But I want to see if I can do like, because you know, Octavia's an earth pony, Quillo's got no wings. and well, racist against Pegasi here. This is what I'm trying to say. Oof. Anyway, so what I need to do, what I'm actually gonna do, is, just in case I decide to change my mind later on, I'm gonna grab Lyra. I'm gonna put her back in the position, and if I find that, if I find that the melody guitar here. Oh, Lyra is still there. Okay. Alright, so just in case I find Cadet to be too painful to try and earth pony this guitar, I'll grab Lyra and put it back in there. This is apparently called an epiphone, whatever that means.
An epiphone.
An epiphone.
Jesus Christ. Well,
musician.
worst comes to worst, you could always try to go for like feather fingers or something like that with a freaking Pegasus or something.
You can fuck right off with that notion. Wings. I hate wings. I am 100% racist against wings in SFM because they're a pain. So no,
they kind of are.
No feather fingers, please. or as my phrases like to say, fuck feather fingers. The triple F, Quillo's triple F phrase. Anyway, that's it from that. So, Cadet, hello. So what we're going to do is that we're going to... this is actually going to be kind of difficult. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab her... Whoopsie daisies, that's the wrong pony. I'm going to grab Cadet's leg. Not Lyra's invisible leg. Grab Cadet's leg and then move it out. Grab the guitar. I'm going to copy and paste the... Oh, I've already done that. I did it while I was talking, so I didn't realize I actually did it. So I'm going to grab the guitar and move it inwards. Cool. Move it upwards. So this leg is going to be the strumming leg, and I'm doing this old school. I'm not going to do the entire motions old school, God no. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this over here, grab the guitar and move it like that, and then what the hell happened here? Hang on, I just got to look at the stream again. Sweet God, like all of the vertices of Cadet just like moved down slightly in for one frame. Like all the vertex points on Cadet's chin and head like moved downwards. Like, oh, that's weird. Anyway,
just grab a little bit.
yeah. So, oh, that's not good news. I can't actually reach the frets or the strings. Okay, no, yeah, it can. It can.
You might need to do some camera tricks with this one.
Oh, well, the only camera trick is that you can't see it behind Quillo's head yet, but we can see the full ball right here, so the camera can't exactly move, which is a bit of a shame.
What if you rotated the guitar slightly towards her a bit?
So upwards?
Maybe that would work?
Clockwise,
like, sort of like rotational wise, like, so, like, rotational about going towards her from the top side down.
So clockwise
I know
or
it's a bit...
counterclockwise?
That would be...
so you mean along the axis of the guitar, we're talking about going it that way?
Yeah.
Okay. So clockwise or counterclockwise? There's more than
it was a bit weird.
We can work with. Okay, so you're saying like rotate it towards her slightly. Her leg kind of interferes with that, but that's okay because I can rotate.
Yeah, that's my point actually.
A bit.
Yeah. Yes,
That's fine.
is
can
that
do
if you do it like that, her forehoof might be able to reach it a little bit better.
Yeah. The only thing about that is how I'm gonna have the guitar docked in her her hoof here, like that.
Like how she was like holding it or something.
Yeah, how she's holding it up, because guitars are not light, especially electric guitars. Oh god, electric guitars are quite heavy. So
Yeah.
as much as it,
You could always like get a strap or something.
I could get a strap, but like fabricy things in SFM are a pain to work with.
Oh yeah, fair point.
So, jeez. Okay. Ooh, that doesn't actually look that bad, but I don't know. It's gonna be like, the only thing is I want to put it to a rig, and it's gonna be painful to have to use it. So okay, I've made the executive decision. As much as I would like Cadet in the back of this audience chair, I'm gonna have to replace it with a unicorn because it's gonna be too much pain. So I'm
Hornhead
sorry.
bias.
as like,
I mean, it looks good to me.
well,
Also,
I mean,
hello.
Yeah, but hello. Who is this, by the way? Hello, Mr. Blue Duck.
It's Blue Duck. Quack.
God save the quack.
God save the quack. Like, as much as like the thing I really like about Cadet, all right. As much as it would be great to have her pony in the background and be like, oh yeah, we're using it. She would not. She would like it less if it was a pain to work with than if it. Like, hang on.
She would like appreciate it, but not like be a heavy effort if it essentially comes to happen.
But she would dislike the amount of pain that I would have to go through to put it in there more than she would like the appreciation of it, I think.
I have an idea. Is there like a piano in this song?
There is no piano. It's a guitar.
Oh right, my apologies. I was gonna say if there's, I was gonna say something where she only had to like move her hooves up and down like a piano or something. That would probably come in
She
handy.
could use one of those DJ like button pressing boards with like
Oh, but like a keyboard.
But nah.
Oh jeez. And audio just completely cut out me there.
Oh wow, well, there you go. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, that is that. But you can see Cadet's stream on the left side here. Am I pointing in the right direction? Yeah, towards the window here. Cadet's stream is on the left side here, and she's currently drawing her pone playing the piano. So good thing. It's convenient that you or coincidental that you mentioned that.
Fair enough.
So I'm actually, I've got ideas, mate. I have ideas.
Yeah.
Ideas are dangerous, but they're still my ideas.
Yeah.
Because like the thing I love about the cello is that her hands don't look too hard. Oopsie daisies, at her fret hand here, because it's kind of opposite. That's the bottom of her hoof. That's the top of her hoof. It is opposite. And it's kind of broken, but that's okay because we can't see it from this distance.
Yep.
But don't look at it too hard, okay? The only thing is that when I apply the rig onto here, it's going to. I'd have to do everything manually if I was going to do Cadet here. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the trash unicorn here. Because I'm not.
Damn hornheads taking our jobs.
Okay, because the way I'm going to get her to interact with
Yeah,
the
wrong language.
let's see. You see, I always love unicorns as drunk ponies because I always make their magic affixed to bottles. So what I'm looking for
That was
here-
actually.
Oh, collision model, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for. So yeah, these two
Strength.
halves of a broken bottle is how I'm gonna do it. So one and then bottle. What is it? Bottle two. Bottle one break B. There we go. That's the ones. Hello. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Okay. Philly Fluttershy has made a triumphant return. Welcome back to my streams, Philly Fluttershy. For those who are new, Philly Fluttershy is like one of my oldest like stream watchers. I'm fairly certain she's been there since like it's got to be like stream 5 or something like that.
Jeez, wow.
Yeah.
Talk about dedication.
Yeah, that's a lot of dedication. I know that. Okay, so my memory isn't the greatest. I know that this is Delta's first stream. That he's watching. Live stream watching. I'm pretty sure. Is it? You haven't been here since.
Yeah, I've watched a few of your past streams right now. It's just kind of help get like a figure around SFM.
Yeah.
Particularly like particles that we talked about last time.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking, I had a slight question on them though.
Oh well, yeah. But this
Sorry.
finish with this is your first live stream, like actual live stream, eh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's
Wait,
the
There
this
is
is
some
your,
strange
what I like
live
to call
stream.
the cherry stream.
On one side, I can see camera of Daco Quillo, yes. On the left side, I can see some kind of, I don't know, someone painting. So wait a minute, Quillo, how are you doing that? You're drawing and making SFM animation at once?
No. So what's on the left here is a different stream. This is a different live stream at the moment. This someone Cadet Redshirt, who's near and dear to my heart. That's her stream, and she's painting.
Oh,
you can see the text.
Oh, it makes sense now.
Yeah. So I'm not controlling both that and this.
Oh.
I
I actually thought that you've been drawing and making SFM's animation at once, so I was so bloody confused.
No, I am just that skilled that I can paint.
You're the most militant multitasker in this band.
Look at me still painting. Hang on. Ow, my arm hurts. Hang on. There we go. I'm moving the camera back and forth. Okay, it's actually delayed. I realized that.
Yeah, there's like a 5 to 10 second delay in like the stream and what you actually say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be worse.
But yeah,
it used to be like a 30-second delay, and now it's a 5-second delay because I pressed a button.
I have like a slight question to ask though.
Yes.
How do you actually change your perspectives? Do you just like snap the camera from one position to another, or do you actually do different shots?
So I move the camera. So one thing that you might notice about if you ever look at my project files, which I haven't put my project files up, so you wouldn't do that. You will always see that my big projects, like the biggest one I could say is the Slenderman animation that I did, the Octavia Slender one. Every like major scene is done in one project file, and the camera just snaps to positions. I don't actually use multiple shots at all. I'm starting to use more multiple shots now, but actually, like, my previous animations only use one thing. So I got really good at moving cameras. All I did to move this camera was use the motion editor. Watch this, ready? I can now make it snap, and I can make it whoa, and then his eyes are actually still following it as well. There we are. So now you're watching.
Fair enough.
That's how people move cameras so quickly.
Yeah, you just use that. Actually.
Okay, so for me, I was using like just different shots, and I found that when you do that, any elements that you have, any particles you have will disappear between shots. So like, and I was trying to do like my flying sequence so far for my Soul Squadron intro. The flying trails are pretty much like disappearing between shots.
I mean, I pretty much thought that people who use System Maker were making one pretty cool scene and then deleting that one project after rendering, and they put all of those clips together in Sony Vegas or I don't know, all the editing software. But now it makes more sense.
Well, no, that's actually exactly what I was doing with my Slenderman animation. Actually, what you were saying.
Really?
Yeah, my Slender each like okay, so I'm gonna use my actually, you know, fuck it. Let's see if I can load up my old fucking Slenderman animation thingies. So into Slender files, I'm gonna load up.
I mean, I don't remember your Slenderman Slender. Wait,
okay,
fuck. How was Slender file? No.
Screen.
Slenderman, yeah,
Okay,
Slenderman.
so you can see this. Octavia Slender 0 through 23. 23
No,
separate
I can
project
see it
files.
yet. Have to wait until
Yeah. But yeah, you'll see it in a bit. Actually, no. Wait. Ready? Check this motherfucking shit out. Right? And go.
At least it's not 21.
There we are. 21. Okay.
Oh.
So.
Still loading.
Yeah, still loading. Just want to give it a sec. So this is going back. My SFM might actually crash at this point because these project files are actually pretty huge.
Oh dear.
Wait, did you just open 2 projects?
Here we go.
In...
Oh, this is my this is my Stanley Parable reference.
Yeah, got different cutie mark and.
Hang on, let me see. There he is. So
Stanley
all
Parable.
this motion is done in one shot. Technically, one shot in the project file is all in one motion. But there is one thing that's really important to remember with SFM shots. Let's just...
This is good! So this is where all the pages came from.
So
Oh, good! I finally found the source!
Actually, this one wasn't too bad. But one thing you'd notice is that the left and right thigh are actually locked to the world.
Actually, to
be honest, no, this is actually...
Oh, I like that even more when you make when accidentally you just did sentence mixing. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, just by moving this
when you use
cursor
SFM a lot, that
forward
sort of,
and backward.
That sort of noise just sort of filters out. When you use
I know,
SFM
I enjoy that. I mean, that kind of
it's even
to
worse
make
when
you
I'm lip syncing because you hear this a lot. Actually, no, it's worse. It's this.
Just like sounds from Undertale. Sounds Undertale.
You hear that a lot when I'm lip syncing.
So that's
Hey, you wanna
how
listen to my new mixtape?
So that's how those dialogue sounds from Undertale were made.
Essentially, yeah. That's exactly right.
It's like one of those Wario screaming videos.
Just imagine an Undertale character which is just Markiplier, and he's just sitting there and like one thing, and then his text pops up with this sound.
I told you that's exactly what I just imagined.
You ever see one of those videos of like Wario or Mario screaming and it's just going back and forth like bass boosted, all kinds of like weird audio shit? That's basically this.
Absolutely terrible. Anyway, so one thing that you need to learn about shots in SFM. Okay, so this is specific for you, Delta, but this actually something that you need to learn real quick about shots in SFM. I will actually... Okay, so I'm actually gonna open up my... let's see. Where is it? It was around the time of my at Soup. Where it's probably named just Soup, actually. Soup? Maybe. Or is it at Soup? I can't remember what I called it. Or is it in here? Here it is, at Soup. Here it is. So, in my granny... So this might actually crash my SFM. This might actually crash it because there's a lot of shit in here.
Oh, I think I remember this one. This one was like Granny's like trying to get soup and one of the barn's on fire.
Granny, I need your help. Can you come here? I can. I'm buying clothes. So yeah.
Alright, well, hurry up and get over here.
Oh, look at this. Oh god. Okay. So this one actually uses a lot of different shots, but I didn't use the shots in the term of like each shot is a different camera angle. No. What I did here is that each shot has different amounts of cans visible, because the amount of cans when it's red,
cans visible. What the?
So you can see
what does
the different color of the. Oh, I'm explaining that. So shush. So the different. Oopsie daisies. Oopsie daisies.
Oh dear.
Come on. So that's actually not a good sound, because that means that SFM is loading and it might actually crash. So,
oh god! I saw a frame there of like Granny's knees literally in the floor.
Like
Jesus
old
Christ!
days of Counter-Strike.
Okay, so the thing about the colors is that that's the amount of cans that are visible. If we go over here, so I need to unmute it. I need to unmute these clips. So here we go. Unmute. I can unmute clips. There we go. All right. So you can see here in this shot that if we just look at the also notice that there's no outside now. It's all just inside. If we look at this shot, there's nothing visible. Nothing. There's nothing here. Why not? Well, that is because I don't want any of the cans visible. Each shot has a different amount of
Wait, what
like,
do you mean?
things inside of it.
I mean, walls are visible. We said walls, right? Oh.
Well, if you can see the difference between the two, the cans are actually supposed to be here, but in this shot, they're actually deleted. Because that's what the quote-unquote power of SFM clips allowed you to do, or SFM shots allow you to do. In the models of one shot does not carry through to the other shot. So that's something you need to worry about. You actually need to make sure that not only is the shot that you want to edit the models in is selected in the timeline editor, but also that the models are actually in the right shots as well. So when it looks for your if I just save this, I don't exactly have an exact example of what we're looking for when it comes to the like the particles not showing up between each shot. But something that you need to remember to make sure is that not only your particles are in between the shot things, but also that the particle in the next shot has a start time that is before the shot's starting time, which is weird to explain, which is why I always do my cameras in the one camera motions in the one shot and actually break shots up. Instead of saying shots, they're scenes. So yeah, that's something that you need to worry about. So if I just go ahead, for example, if I make a shot on this camera shot, I'm actually really jiving with this camera angle here. So I might actually add that into the final one. If I just blade this shot here, okay, I can delete Octavia out of this shot here because she's not visible, so I can just get rid of her. So she's deleted now. Oh no, but she's still in this one because the models, the difference in like models being present in one shot and the other are distinct. They are not dependent on each other. So you have to make sure that the same thing happens with your particle effects. If, for example, the Baton Magic particle effect wasn't in this shot, it disappears. Why did it disappear?
So I assume that helps to, well, optimize your computer performance when models are not in use.
Yes, actually, it optimizes, it scales down on when if models aren't on screen, you can just delete them and your computer won't spend time rendering it or calculating it, which is what I had to do with my soup videos because there was about 1,400 different cans, and that of course is making my computer chug so hard. It was so slow, and so what I actually had to do was, like as you saw, I had to have one shot where there were no cans, nothing in it, and another shot where there are cans, and then that final shot that was colored red had every single can visible because that was the establishing shot at the end. It's kind of funny if you think about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that sort of stuff would probably turn my laptop into an RBMK reactor real quick.
Yeah, no, that is yeah, I can see that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have that one shot.
I mean, you know what? That one picture, when your character was looking, I know that. Yeah, left. When he was looking left.
Okay, so what's happening here?
Oh, missing element.
Fuck.
No, don't worry. This is fine. Everything is okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get. There we go. Everything is fine. What's happening here is I'm actually still in shot 2, which is deleted. So I just need to. There we go. And everything is fine. So there you go. All right. So what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna move this over to here because
your horse looks really good.
Yeah.
Really good. I mean, that's perfect shot. That should be you should make poster out of that one moment. Yes, that should be poster.
What, this
Majestic.
This
yeah,
one?
that's Exactly.
I could do that one, yeah, with the mouse
Yep,
and everything.
that's the guy. That's the guy who's gonna steal all of your ladies.
Guys that look like this have a 7,000% chance of stealing your girl.
Not only girls.
I'm
so, ladies and gentlemen.
Has a 100%
New
chance of stealing your
we
girl.
got you got new brat in town. Last century you're out of job.
Has a 100% chance of stealing your waifu. Alright,
Yeah.
alright. So we're actually gonna make Lyra drunk here. I'm gonna get these broken bottles. So I make it a thing to always use broken bottles or bottle models as the bottle model. That's such a fun thing to say. Bottle model. Use bottle models as the base for the horn magic. Because something you might notice is that if you try to use the magical effect on Lyra, just the model of Lyra, then
Oh, it would just go around her entire head.
it'll do her entire body. Actually, it'll do her entire
Ah.
everything. So
Yikes.
that's something that you have to remember. What is Lyra's magic color? MLP.
Wouldn't it be kind of
Lyra.
whitish or
No,
something?
it's yellow. I'm pretty sure it's yellow. Let's go ahead and look at Lyra Heartstrings.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
Here, and we get more info. Magic is in fact brilliant gold or yellow. In fact, it changes a lot.
Inconsistencies,
There's gold, there's
Rick.
blue, there's red,
Oh.
and there's very pale yellow. But most of the time, it is yellow. So that's what her magic color is going to be. So, what I'm going to do is, since Quillo's magic color is actually yellow as well, I'm just going to copy the baton magic here. I'm going to particle system. I need to get rid of this control model though, so it's like that. And then I can rename this to magic template. And then I can copy, delete, invisible this, and then I can copy that. And then I've got a magic template which I can use for anything. So then this, you guys are about to get a tutorial on how to apply magic to a model. If you don't know already.
Hey!
Model. So okay, so you
Get out your notebooks, fellas. Class in session.
Okay, let me see. Let me
Class
set
in
out to the
session.
full screen. Okay.
All right. So
Fuck.
you right click on the model
Steam
you
is
want
paused.
Let me just hang on. Edit channel permissions. Okay, this was supposed to be a lot quicker. There we go. All right, save. Sweet. All right. All of you are muted. So, right-click on the model that you want. Is show an element viewer model. Go up a folder. Click on children. Right-click on this. Copy paste this specific green text here. Copy this model. Go back to your animation set editor. Right-click on your magic template. Open up it in the particle system, and you right-click on control models. Paste special. Paste as reference. Boom. Done. Easy peasy. There we are. Now you guys are back into voice activity. Oh, you should be. Hang on a sec. Edit channel, permissions, collaborators, voice activity, save. There you are. You have been released.
Thanks. By the way, when you went into go into something and hit a green text or something,
Yep.
yeah, that went blank on the actual Discord stream.
Well, that's dumb. Okay, so I'm going to do it again for the second one. That's why we have two.
Oh,
So
stream
you go up
paused.
a folder, you go to children, and then you right-click on this
Children,
green
okay.
text, and you copy in that. So you copy the child specifically. Okay, but Quillo, I hear you say, what is the difference between this green text here, and when you go up, this green text? What is the difference? To me, I say, I don't fucking know. There is a difference, though. Like it's the same name, it's the same everything, but if you copy it from here, it doesn't work. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. So
I was gonna say maybe it's because one's just the actual hitbox and the other one's the actual model itself.
No, because the hitbox, as you say, actually doesn't exist in SFM. Hitboxes don't exist in SFM. That is purely a TF2 in-game thing. What you might be referring to is the collision model, but that is stored within the model editor itself. No, those two aren't separate. I don't know why they're separate.
Yeah.
I guess it's okay, so hang on a sec. Let me just have a look here. I'm trying to look at the difference. So this one here doesn't have any data. Its data is blank. So that's what the normal is. And if we go up a folder, you see this one has the data of DME game model. So maybe that's the difference. I don't know. I don't know what that means,
Maybe.
but it's a difference. So copy, and then we're just going to go ahead and go to magic template, and we're going to show element viewer, particle system, control models. Oh, it's already there. Okay. Oh, that one. This one here. The second one, actually. Particle system, control models, paste special, paste as reference. Nice. So, Lyra's magic is actually
Ooh,
a little bit brighter, a little bit less saturated than Quillo's magic. So I'm going to go ahead and do that one real quick. So there we are.
So that's how we create a magic effect on the.
And the other thing you need to do is make sure you instance your particle system, but that's just general particle system talk and not exactly in the scope of this stream. Because if I started talking about every single part of the nitty-gritty of using particles in SFM, I'm going to be here all week. So, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this broken bottle here and I'm going to apply it. I'm actually going to... Okay, I'm going to lock the bottle break A1 to the head here, and then the particle system will actually break as well. So that's something you need to remember. When the model that your particle effect is copied onto or pasted over as reference is locked to something, that particle effect no longer works. So the last thing you need to do in order to make sure your particle system actually works is to unlock that model to make sure that the motion is maintained and the particle system actually transfers through. So when it comes to the bottle here and what I'm going to do with this bottle here, which I'm going to lock it to the guitar, so I can move the guitar and the bottle will still stay the same. I won't be able to have the effects of the I won't actually be able to have the effects of the magic running as I'm animating it because it just won't work. So yeah, here we go. So that is on that, and then I can just grab the guitar model, and root transform here. So I can, cool, that's good there. And of course now the particle system won't work. So these particle systems do still exist, they are just invisible. So that's something that you need to remember when it comes down to it. Okay.
I cannot believe it's not Burr Punch.
It's not Burr Punch.
You know, because it's Lyra. She shouldn't supposed to be drunk.
Oh, Berry Punch, right. That's what you said.
Yeah, Berry Punch.
Well, what did you hear?
It's not Berry Punch. Right. I thought you
hey
said
man, playing a lyre is tough.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a tough one. It's a tough
Oh
one.
my
God. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I need to find a model that is large enough for... Actually, no. Wait, hang on. So I need to get two models. What I can do right here is I can copy and paste these. Yes, paste. Now, one thing that I want to make sure is that the new model didn't get copied over to here. Okay, it didn't. Okay, and that this model is actually copied into the copied one, and that the this one here isn't looking at. Okay, it is. Oh, sweet. Oh, that is so friendly. Isn't that just the best thing in the world? Okay, so this one is
Easy there,
actually going
Herbert.
to be. This one is actually going to be. I'm gonna make this one the. This
The strumming one?
Strumming one, yes, exactly.
Oh god, Benny Hill's joined the chat.
There we are.
Remake.
Hey, well.
Here we are. And then that is going to be her strum.
So battle is. You are using battle as indicator for particles.
I'm using the bottle as the model that the particle system is locked onto, yes.
Oh, so after you activate particle models, you're gonna make them invisible.
Yes, the bottles are going to be invisible when the particles are just supposed to be on there. So this one I'm going to rename to Lyra
Ah, yes, recycling.
Magic.
Recycling is just clever laziness for material.
Indeed. This one is Lyra
bottle.
Chords.
Good.
No, it's called the frets, isn't it? These are the frets, right? I don't know. I don't know.
No idea.
I'm no musician. Hell, I play keyboard in school.
I don't know.
Mayonnaise an instrument?
The instrument.
No, Patrick.
The only one instrument
mayonnaise,
that I
an
used to
instrument.
play when I was younger was the nerves of my teachers. That was my favorite instrument.
The nerves of your teachers. That's kind of
Kick
that's,
it.
that's funny.
Where's the kick it at?
I mean, if that
Funny thing,
yeah.
when I was actually doing like flying experience once, my flight instructor had made a disclosure to me, and he was a pretty old guy. He was like in his like 60s or 70s, and the first thing he actually told me is that just to disclaim, no, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
That's funny,
Oh
'cause he's
yeah,
gonna-
so many
he's
people
gonna
ask
teach you
him
about all of the
relied
flight
on the.
instruments. Oh, that's funny.
I
He's just
assume
pretty
that
polite,
there was
Lieutenant, just ask
over
that.
20 people who asked him that question just because of memes.
Oh,
No, mayonnaise is not.
Not gonna lie, but that was the last thing I expected to hear from an officer.
yeah, but like that's the sort of shit that I absolutely love about like military humor is my favorite type of humor. It's just below dry humor. Dry humor and
Yeah.
military humor.
I don't know. My favorite humor is dark humor.
Mm.
It's just like food in Russia. Not everyone gets it.
Yep. German humor is no laughing matter.
I believe I remember that quote actually. Was that from a Soviet Womble video?
Yeah, it's from a Soviet Womble video. The joke itself is not from a Soviet Womble video, but Soviet Womble did in fact say it.
Yeah, fair enough. Though I will admit, I actually did, believe it or not, I actually already had the joke of like civilian casualties being acceptable and like hard to find stuff before we actually said it.
Yeah. That's the sort of thing.
War crimes at finest. My favorite sport.
That's a funny thing actually, is that there's a video where like one of my friends was like playing Deep Rock Galactic with them, and usually I'm the one who's actually very careful about like the laws of war in like Arma. But literally, the first thing he quotes me saying is that I take the Geneva Convention as a suggestion.
That's what we call realism.
Jeez.
Why are we laying these landmines? Isn't that against the Geneva Convention? Yeah, well, I consider them more as suggestions. There's actually like a I think there was an Arma 2 mod that really went into depth about that sort of thing. Like, there's actually like you jump back and forward between the mission and then the retelling of the mission. And like the retelling of the mission is some sort of like museum sort of setting, I think. And during the mission, the decisions you make determine how they retell it. And like one of the decisions you have to do is that your commanding officer says, go grab these landmines and scatter them about the field. And so you actually do that, and then because one of my friends are telling me about this, you actually do that, and then later on when they're retelling, they say that the lieutenant who was under the command of this person broke the Geneva Convention by laying all these landmines down, and some poor kid actually stepped on one. And so we had to mark the entire field as not allowed to go through. And it's like, oh my god.
Well,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Soviet Womble actually make a joke like, hey man, yo, how much this Holocaust? I mean, that would be something that he actually might say, isn't it?
I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
Seems
So,
like it seems so in politically incorrect that he might actually say that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Is
I think
Quillo
he's
an instrument?
he's more British than politically incorrect. He's more politically British.
Boy, it's like we see a country and we're just like, do you have a flag?
You have a flag.
No flag, no country, you can't have one. And I'm backing it up with this gun. I got it from the National Rifle Association.
Also, we hold the monopoly of flags.
Oh yes.
Is Quillo an instrument?
Is Quillo an instrument? No, you cannot play Quillo. Sounded a lot more dirty
But
than I
my,
was expecting.
oh my god, no,
That
I
could
won't
be
make that
taken very
joke.
much out of
That would,
context.
you cannot play Quillo. Oh no, that sounds so bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't take it out of context.
Because he's already playing you. Oh, especially with this view. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
My.
And then Quillo's tags of Darby Burrow just went up, and none of them are in the same category.
Quillo, the tag of OC, Quillo. Sorry, OC, Quillo. Like has the emphasis or assumption of questionable attached to it.
Yep. And 2 years later, you outrun Brayburn with amount of materials.
Yes.
Oh jeez.
Well, congratulations.
Being monetized, by the way, because half the stuff we're talking about here.
Alright.
I mean, I'm just gonna say that.
You can never
Alert.
stop Rule 34.
Task successfully failed.
Task failed successfully. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know how it
Rule
goes, but
34?
it's still fun.
Okay, I'm just picturing a meme here as like my attempts to get monetized failed, and it's just like a picture of like the guy just on the news saying like first time, but instead of just him, it's just my hopes and dreams.
Yep, that's about right.
Here lies my hopes and dreams.
It's just like that one picture. He's like first time. I don't know.
It's so funny when you're scrubbing through that footage.
Because I'm trying to hear specific like sounds. It's too quick. Too early.
Electrify.
See what I'm talking about? Like when you get more experience with SFM, you filter that out because I don't hear that. I'm trying to listen for the guitar strumming sounds.
I mean, I like animating bad. I like animating bad. That could drive me nuts. Hearing the same lyrics in slow motion forward and backward, that just like, I don't know, something from horror, from the nightmare. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, like yeah, I can see that. But that's what I'm saying. Like you got to have a specific kind of patience and a specific kind of madness to be able to do SFM.
Or eventually, you possibly could make videos that are very similar or inspired by videos from 20s. Which means music, some sound effects, but no dialogues.
Well, I mean,
You know, like
actually,
movies with
I
children.
find that silent SFM animation is actually a lot harder than like having SFM with sounds, because with sounds you've got audio cues. You've got audio cues to specifically say, all right, at this point in time, that is what my character is doing. But with silent SFM animation, you don't have that. You've only got, all right, so I guess at this time it's sort of he's probably in this position, but then at that time he has to be at this position. So like for example, when you're trying to do like a jumping motion, for instance, you've got the sound of the feet leaving the ground and then the sound of the feet landing. You've got those exact times. Okay, so during this time he's in the air, so that's where I know it's going to be. But when you don't have that sound, you have to guess that. You have to, all right, so does this look natural enough? So you could do it silently, but you could also do it with sound, and sound is a lot easier.
Yeah, so with the sound, you can actually tell, like, you know, how abrupt the actual noise is supposed to be or something like that.
Exactly.
Like, is it going to be sharp? Is it going to be hard? Or it's like slower? Something like that.
Yeah. So Raven says he's got to go. He says he's got a major military meeting to attempt to. But yet, keep up the great work. Awesome job. Wish me luck and stay safe as well as your friends. Okay, so he's saying, stay safe, friends. and he wants everyone to wish him luck. So everyone, wish Raven luck. Good luck, Raven.
Wish you luck. Wish you luck.
Tally ho, Raven.
Wish you luck.
Good luck.
Delta probably can. I think the word is sympathize. Yeah, Delta can probably sympathize with you on the.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Meetings.
Yeah. Like, what trade is he anyway?
I don't know. We'll find out if.
I mean,
he's still here.
Quillo, look at that. For example, this song that I just created. It's a perfect example of typical rule. Do whatever you want to do, even if that means you have no idea what you're doing, but just keep doing if you're doing that right. I mean, well, yeah, I have no idea how to create music, but I'm doing that anyway.
Yeah. Like, if you
So
don't
that's
know,
my
just keep going
solution
with
to.
it. Try your heart out.
Suddenly, pickles.
Yes, no.
I was about to say that.
I am trying to specifically find a guitar pick, which I pretty sure I have somewhere in my
Pickle surprise.
pickle surprise, my workshop. It's somewhere. It's got to be somewhere.
That looks totally like a guitar pick.
I've been teleporting bread for several days.
Yes.
Dear God.
You what? You what?
You what, mate?
Teleported bread.
No, that's not what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say, you
Wait.
told me to.
Oh yeah, duh. I ruined the
Oh,
magic.
You did, you ruined the magic.
Oh, yeah.
Cadet's drawing Tom Nook now.
Apprehend him for destroying joke.
Look over there. She's drawing Tom Nook. if you're watching this.
Gracious Quillo.
Right.
I know I have a guitar pick somewhere around here, so I'm gonna have to. Can you see source film Steam here? Or are you
We can just see the window for picking a model.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Good news.
And your cursor.
Nobody's
I'm
gonna
trying
get
to
the joke
find
I
here
just said
is-
till they see the voice chat typing.
I'm looking specifically for a guitar pick.
I must say you're really a person who loves detail. Don't you?
I am infuriatingly in love with detail.
Question is
Details.
macro details or macro or micro?
Both. Macro details and micro details. So we're talking
I'm pretty sure a
details
certain
about
Russian
large
sniper would
motions,
end up just like
specifics about large
details.
motions, and specifics about small motions as well. I love every single detail.
Do you know what an artist
There's no guitar picks. There's gotta be.
Sorry.
How do you spell pick in guitar pick? Is it just P-I-C-K or is it
Yep.
P-I-C? It is
P-I-C-K.
Okay, that one makes sense. Okay, but why isn't it in this world?
You can always try to write it with, I know, in phonetic way. Which though I'm studying linguistics, I still have no idea how phonetics works. I mean, I had to learn it just to pass examination, but I have no idea how it works anyway.
Well, phonetics are interesting. Phonetics are, in fact, very interesting. Oh,
Well, they're
no,
all just
I
there
think
to
it
like
is
be able to not be
actually
mistaken
a-
for anything else. They're distinct words.
Yeah, no, there's no guitar pick model. What is this travesty? Okay, I'm just gonna use a chalkboard. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, you can use something that's like the Russian of it, and of course,
was
the words you would be
perfect
color.
guitar pick.
Having a look at this and was like, so maybe picture. See if I can find some picture frames I might be able to use. This one sort of maybe.
That looks good.
No. Oh, I know what I could use. No.
I know what I can use. Yes, bacon. Use
Bacon.
bacon.
Well, hang on, that N64 cartridge maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's
mate.
totally right. That will do. That will do.
Yeah, maybe the N64 cartridge. But I was also trying to see if I can find the Tricon folded flag that's in the New Vegas models, the Fallout models.
Oh yeah, Trixie gonna be perfect for that task.
Oh, Golden Spy, not bad.
Yeah, GoldenEye. Golden Spy, actually, is what it's called. Golden Spy.
Take a screenshot, if you will.
Golden
I would be more than happy to use that as a meme.
Naturally.
Hang on. Let me just... There we are.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, just seeing this reminds me of those adverts for Coffee Spy.
Yeah, that kind of happens.
Yeah.
So,
Coffee Spy, heartwarming.
Kaboom.
Genuine G.
Oh.
What is G? I mean,
G.
G?
G. So
Genuine.
What I can do with this...
Genuine G for genuine? What?
Add-
Genuine for G?
I don't know. Where is
I'm
G?
so confused.
Yeah, it literally said
Oh,
G
yeah.
on the bottom left, right, or
It says
G for genuine.
cartridge, yeah.
Oh,
G for
oh,
genuine.
right. I might be a little bit too tired, but yeah.
Heavy and scouty.
Oh god.
Oh
I
yes,
think
another
I've
picture
actually
that deserves to be meme.
Hang on. Let me just add a rig here. Set up skin
Take
body
another
clips animation, and let's have a look to see if I can find it. Alright, ready? But Super Fort Bros, Super Dell. Where is that? Dell? Super Dell.
Mario
Demoman
and
Racing.
Demoman Racing.
Fortamon Stadium. Pyro Story. Cat Juice? Okay. And that's the last one.
How
what
do you
I'm gonna
make
do...
your own custom your own
I mean,
custom game covers?
all of-
So, what I'm going to do a hardcore 360-degree no-scope full-on epic move where I right-click on this, add attribute, string, and I'm going to say base
Alpha?
texture, right?
Oh.
This is the first part of the hardcore epic gamer 360-degree headshot move. And then I'm going to say sprites white. Sprites/white. And now what I can do is right click on this, add attribute, and go into color, and I can add color saying any color I want. So it can be red, it can be yellow, it can be green.
I assume it will be just black.
I'm just gonna say it could also just be black.
Because yeah, I know it. Every single guitarist gonna use is willing to use black guitar pick. Because it's more metal.
No, my guitar pick was actually red and yellow. It was like this swirly sort of color that I won't be able to replicate on here, but I can sort of make it, generalized. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it small. Not too small that you can't see it, mind you. Oh, fuck. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So... how small is it? It's too small. You can't see it at this distance. Oh, okay. That seems a lot better, but can you see it? Sort of. You can see that it's there. You can see that it's there. Alright, good news. So, the next thing that I need is a model that has a collision model that is small enough to go with the N64 cartridge, and the N64 cartridge itself doesn't actually have a model here. So what would be small enough and have a collision model? I'm thinking a bullet casing. Bullet casings might have that. So if I look at bullet, we've got trails. No, okay. How about case? We're looking at bullet case. Now, so what you can see here is a bookcase that has a wireframe, which is what actually makes up the visual elements of the model. If I just look at that. So the blue is what the visual elements of the models actually are. And what most games do is that they have a a wireframe, and then they also have a collision models. Now, collision models need to be as simple as you can make it. Collision models need to be as simple as you make it because you need to make sure that the collision models take up less time to calculate. The more complex the collision model is, the more time it's going to take to determine whether or not that model is actually colliding with it. So with most things that you'll see, especially in source games, is that the collision model is separate to the actual model and has way less vertexes when it comes to it. Like, for example, you can see at this top part, the actual wireframe model has this sort of lip, but the collision model doesn't. It just sort of estimates it. Most models don't actually have a collision model. Since this is a bookcase specifically that can be used, I guess, in Black Mesa or something like that, then it has, you know, quite a bit of detail, but also all of the collision data important. But yeah, so I'm specifically looking something that is small in the wireframe, but like the wireframe is not as important. I'm specifically looking something that is small in the aspect of oh, that might actually be it, but it doesn't have a collision model, which is a shame. So maybe a cherry. Does a cherry? Okay, so maybe fruit. No, I don't have any fruit. Oh, that's because I'm only looking in the workshop. Whoops. So maybe I will actually have bullet casing. So case. Actually, now I'm going to type bullet. Here we go. Ah, that's what I'm looking for. That is precisely what I'm looking for. Oh no. Did I die? No, I didn't die yet. Okay. So what's going on? Scan on, mate. Scan on. Okay, so people are just joining and leaving. That's fair enough. Everyone's quiet, which is weird, but it's okay. So this is a bullet. It has a... Oh, this collision model's actually kind of fucked up, but that's okay. So, whew. That is a fucked collision model. Look at that. For this bullet, that's what the collision model is. It's that's huge. All right, there we go. All right, sweet. So I'm going to use this Blue Cobalt Fallout Weapons Little Macintosh Revolver Bullet. So that's the model that I'm going to use as the base of the magic. So I need to right click, show an element, viewer, model, flex name, alpha folder, children, right click, copy. And then on the first one, I'm going to right click, show an element with particle effects, control models, delete this one, and then I'm going to paste as a reference. So let's see what the bullet looks like. Damn it, I meant bullet. There we go. So, sort of. I can join, maybe, but a little bit less driving. Okay, I need to go to the bathroom. So, what I can do, I don't know what I could do. I guess you know what? Fuck it. There we go. You can just watch that on repeat. There we go.
Electrify my golden tooth. Fine, electrify mine. Electrify my golden tooth. Fine, electrify mine. Electrify my golden tooth. Fine, electrify mine. Electrify electrify my golden tooth. Fine, electrify mine, 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 electrify my golden tooth.
Okay.
Fine, electrify mine,
Hi, welcome back.
electrify my golden tooth. Fine, electrify mine, electrify my golden tooth.
Okay, good.
Fine, electrify
Cool.
mine.
Now it's going to be stuck in your head for the amount of times it's been repeated. Alrighty then. So, rip. Hang on a sec. Ah. Discord is doing silly things.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello. Yeah, we
yours?
can hear you now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for past 25 minutes or so, we were talking with you, but you didn't respond.
That's funny. So, could you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly fine,
That's
and
fine, 'cause-
but we couldn't see the stream, and we can actually talk to you because you couldn't hear us.
That's funny and also kind of tragic because I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, like.
Oh, no,
and
you
you
heard
apparently said
that.
something else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
we heard
god, I
that.
just heard myself in the stream. I sound so Germanic. No, I'm trying to get rid of that accent.
You failed.
With the right
How
upper
dare
hand.
you offend my little feelings? I'm gonna be more like whining girl. Wait.
Oh,
Don't
God,
fuck
he's
with
going
me.
full
I will
Girl
cry.
from Panza.
You won't like me when I'm crying.
Try me.
Try me. Oh,
Try
it's got
me.
that bit of Dutch tilt. How did I put... Hang on. I didn't know I put Dutch tilt in this. Where did that happen?
Electrify mine, electrify mine.
I have no idea.
Anyway.
Fine, electrify mine.
I might actually not do that. I do like that camera angle though.
Electrify my
Why are your ears so twitchy?
electrify mine.
Why the ear of your character is so twitchy?
It's because the...
What, you mean like his ear flicking?
Yeah, so... Procedural models. Procedural
Seizure model.
procedural models. That is
Oh.
why it's so twitchy. Because something that SFM does is so procedural models or procedural bones. There we go. Procedural bones are bones that generate its motion based off of previous positions. That's what procedural thinks. It does it procedurally. It generates its motions procedurally. Procedural bones, procedural generation of motion. The problem with SFM, though, is that it doesn't understand when you've gone back through time. Or it does understand it, but it doesn't understand when you've cut back through time. Because right now, what this ear is doing now is it's calculating the position between... It's calculating the motion that the ear would have to take from the previous position, which was all the way over here, and that position immediately. And when I press play, it's gonna... As if it just moved back that far, and it had that motion to it. So let's just see it again. The ear is over here, and now it's over here. So now it's gonna flick backwards, and it flicked backwards. Now
I
sometimes
see. That makes sense.
sometimes
So now yeah.
yeah, sorry. But yeah, so that's the part that makes sense. But sometimes with SFM, if a procedural bone moves too far, it can get locked into a sort of danger mode or sort of stress mode where it sort of like overshoots and then thinks it needs to undershoot again, but then it overshoots again, and it sort of locks in this sort of outwards position. Sometimes it can emphasize that by just having a repeated motion that doesn't look right, and other times it can have that where like the entire model like flips up and down, and it like flicks up, like it goes really weird, which is bad. But yeah, so that's why that happens. To clear the motion of a procedural bone, all you have to do is go outside of the shot. I'm not sure if it works going in between shots, but you just have to go outside of the shot where it's black like this, and it will get rid of any motion on it, and it will be fine.
So sometimes it looks really nice when your ears are moving, because
good to have
real
occasional
horses
flicks and
doesn't
all that.
have ears made of coal or any
Yes,
any other hard
you
material.
don't have ears made of I'm gonna say stone.
Yeah. The way they've commonly fixed this is to basically bake procedural bones, but if you do that, the jiggle physics will have to be disabled, and you'll have to animate every slight bit of inertia yourself.
Wait, what do you mean by jiggle physics?
Unless you bake procedural bones last, then you will have the calculated procedures, the calculated procedural motion in there. So all you'd have to do is edit the motion and not do it from scratch. However, that's a very finicky and tricky sort of process, and most of the time you would have to do it from scratch anyway. So it's something you have to take in consideration.
Excuse me, but no. Who said that about jiggling models? That Delta. Was that you?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah. So essentially, like these, essentially like the procedural bones, that sort of thing. That's what they're essentially jiggle bones.
Procedural bones or jiggle bones are procedural bones.
I mean, I saw models and few scripts for Sosvi Maker that actually makes model more jiggleable.
I don't know.
I don't know how to explain it.
Jiggle.
I saw some models who are really
say jiggle one more time.
seem to like models that
Say
looks
jiggle one more
almost
time.
like made
I
of
dare you.
jelly.
I double dare you. Say jiggle one more time.
But yeah,
Jiggle.
oh yeah, I would imagine there would be a script that allows that to sort of happen, but I don't worry about that sort of thing. I've got plenty of scripts. I don't need any more. And any sort of motion that doesn't look right, I'll just do it again. So I'm fine with doing jiggles and whatnot. Okay, so this I'm still looking for. Actually, wait. I don't need to do this. I can edit. I know how to edit particles. So. So this magic template 4. Yeah, this magic template 4.
There's more.
I am going to edit the particle system itself. So the thing that requires a control model in order to actually work. Can the stream see this? No, it can't. Okay, so I'm just gonna. There we are. So the operator that actually requires a control model in order for the particle system to work is this one: position on model random. I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to replace it with I'm going to replace it with position within sphere random. I'm going to do position within sphere random, and this will allow me to identify a size of a sphere that will where is it? Distance max, so maybe 2. So this is a specific sphere model that I can determine to say, hey, this is the area in which I want the particle system to appear in. The next thing that I want to do is this radius random here. I'm going to make these individual particle system effects a little bit smaller. In fact, quite a bit smaller. And the minimum is going to be 0. There we are. So now it's a little bit more of a defined thing. The same thing, now that I've done it with the actual aura thingies, I also have to do it with the sparkles as well. So these sparkles here also need to get rid of this, remove, and I need to replace it with the position within sphere random. So
Quillo?
Yeah.
Just a heads up, we can only see like the actual original window of the actual SFM. We can't actually see the
That's right. You can see it
like
on the stream,
menu
and that's
of
the
the.
important part.
Oh right, okay, my apologies. Yeah, I'll definitely get a look back at that like later and that sort of stuff. Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so yeah, position within sphere random, and that's where the sparklies are. And of course, I'm going to reduce the size of the sparklies to 0 to 0.5 or 0.1 to 0.5. So the sparkles themselves are actually a lot smaller. There we are. Okay, accept. Sweet. So now this magic template 4, what I can do is actually apply that, or rather lock its motion to the pick itself, and that's the sort of thing you'll see. That's the sparklies, but following the pick here. So now I can get rid of this strum and just use the N64 cartridge as the guitar pick. Cool. Nice, and good. Cool and good. So there you are.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just walking my dog.
Okay. There we are. Sweet. So now what I can do is what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to do this so that the pick is actually facing the guitar. And then I'm going to lock the... Okay, so this is where things get complicated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the guitar pick to the guitar. Right. Lock the guitar pick to the guitar. Right. And then I'm going to play head the motion. Cool. So now it's locked to the guitar, and the pick will move with the guitar.
Nice.
And then what I'm going to do is I am going to lock the control point to the pick, and then 0 the motion. So now the control point is locked to the pick. Easy peasy.
Lock.
Nice.
Lock.
Who's making those noises?
It's someone in the chat. I think it's
not me.
Ree. It's Ree. Hello, Ree.
Sorry.
Yeah, you
Ree.
Ree.
By the way, I must admit that
you should change your name.
everyone who's gonna watch that live stream later, after this session gonna be finished.
Yeah.
Believe me or not, but Quillo is best teacher about Sesame Maker.
Oh.
remember to give him
Subscribe to Quillo.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, if you haven't hit that bell icon at this point, then you're an absolute idiot. I'm afraid.
Oh. Oh, you guys.
Like this guy doesn't stop.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Yep.
In the face.
Believe me, guys. Those are the lessons that you really want to pay for. Forget about mathematics, arithmetic, and all the bullshit from your studies because
just
Corona.
smash the
Just
like
pay
button.
money for those lessons. You're gonna get so much more knowledge that you can actually use. I almost swallow my medicine.
Ooh.
But yeah.
So yeah, hang on, let's have a look at this. The thing I need to do with this magic here, the magic template that's applied to the control here, is I need to change the start, stop, and end times. Start time needs to be -1. Emission duration needs to be longer than the project plus 1 second, so 10 seconds. And the lifetime, of course, needs to be longer than 10 seconds. Okay, cool. So now, the magic is not that one. I need to do this one. Again, -1, 10, 10. Okay.
I gotta admit though, Quill's got some rock hard patience.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's like a job requirement for this thing.
That's a very big job.
Don't take that out of context, please.
For any animating, there's no context to take it out of. Or there's no way you can take it out of context. I don't know. But the
actually,
thing, any animation, 3D, 2D, 4D, requires patience.
5D.
Almost any artistry actually, any artistry requires patience. Get this, right? I have enough patience, right, to be able to do 3D animation easily. But I don't have the patience to do 2D artwork. I am terrible at... Because, like, the thing about 2D art is that You need to have the patience to be able to see your image not for what it is, but what you're wanting it to be, and you need the patience to say, okay, right now it's not what I want it to be, but it will be soon, and you need to keep working on it to the point where it does that. You can't force it to what you want it to be, because that's when it looks bad, and I always force it to try and make it look what I want it, and that's why I'm bad at drawing things. But when it comes to
You're not that bad. I bet you're not that bad.
I'm bad at drawing things. I don't have the practice.
I like it.
The
What
best
about-
I can draw. All right, hang on.
Alright.
Let's have a look.
I can understand that because, like, SFM, if I was going to those models and like an idea, I can probably make it. Drawing, like traditionally, I can't even draw a stick figure to save my goddamn life.
Okay.
Actually, I would like to see Quillo train to make Gmod animation in Sesame Maker, or actually train to make animation in Gmod.
Quillo could be monetized.
That would be kind of challenge for him, but
what? Doing
yeah,
what?
also it might be very interesting.
Okay.
You know, making Gmod animation in Sesame Maker, or
Okay, this is another one of those things where I have to
I know, just like Gmod wasn't made
Gmod
for making
animations,
animation.
right? Gmod animations in SFM. It's possible, but difficult. It's incredible.
That's why I call it a challenge.
It's yeah.
But also, you could possibly move back to Gmod and try to make something with this stop motion technique.
I have actually, I was actually in the process of making a Gmod animation, but this was long before I met SFM, and
Do you,
it was
do you
actually
still got
pretty
that
good,
animation
but
on
I
your hard
lost it
drive?
somewhere. It's lost somewhere. I don't know where my Gmod
Oh.
animation is. But yeah, hang on, let's just look at, boom, there we are. So these are the artworks that I've managed to draw. Here we are. This is what I drew. Now they look kind of good, but the only thing you have to remember is that these aren't actually freehand. Well, sort of. They're kind of like visual traced. So I had this image up, and then I was doing this sort of thing.
Wow.
Okay,
So kept
so
going.
on the left side we can see
So that one-
pic portrait
that
of
one's-
actual person who did that, and on the left side we can see
hang on.
character from a movie My Little Human.
All right, like it's gonna be weird because I don't have like the hair anymore. But all right.
It might be weird because I don't have that hair anymore. Yeah, you're definitely a bald one.
and then, hang on. Didn't work. Anyway, so that's a self-portrait, and I did but that wasn't
I'm not-
exactly freehand. That was just looking at an image and then trying to. It's like sort of like tracing, but without actually putting the paper on the thing that I'm trying to draw. So I like to call that visual tracing. But
Wait,
the
are
other-
you staying non-stop since you start your live stream?
Huh?
I mean, my question is, are you non-stop trying to stand on front of your computer,
Yeah, I'm standing.
or you're just sitting,
No,
or
I'm
something that doesn't
Yeah, he's
look
on a standing desk.
This is
standing desk?
Um,
Wait, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Also, I would like to point out this stream has officially been on for 3 hours.
It
What?
has. Holy shit!
Oh,
I was gonna do half and half, so I guess I need to spend the next 3 hours on my.
okay, it's 3 in the morning for me.
Mm.
1 a.m. for me.
Well, technically almost, but
All right, let's see.
Oh, that's an Academy record.
I'm sorry, ladies, gentlemen, Codes and Quillo.
Colts and
Yes,
Quillo.
Quillo got.
I'm neither lady nor gentleman or cult. I am my own gender.
Yeah, he identifies as an AH-64 attack helicopter.
It is. So this is the best thing they can draw freehand. So this is like.
I mean,
wanted,
that
I wanted to make a webcomic back in the day, and this was the characters I was going to use, but I never.
I mean, that doesn't look bad, man.
Little,
Oh, wow.
little guy characters here, and they draw that, and then they have a lot of action, like throwing.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I
it
can
looks
draw
good.
freehand.
The only one problem that I see that text is barely visible, but except the visibility of the text
Well,
written
yeah.
over there.
The thing was that I
Cool.
I did I write the text down and then I got rid of it, and then I used an actual font in Photoshop to do it digitizely, and that's
Really?
my plan. But
Yeah.
it would have
Oh.
taken way too long, and so I
I
decided
see.
not to
Yeah.
do that. All right.
Yeah,
back to the
that
live
that always
stream.
tends to be a problem when it comes to comic artworks.
All right. Now to do the painful part.
Jeez.
All right.
But unfortunately, I have to say I have to cut it here because I need to test a few things for an arm operation, and it's kind of getting late personally. So,
That's
but it has
fine.
been fun joining in the stream here.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate you joining in. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no
for
worries.
coming around.
I'll see if I can talk again another time.
Yeah.
See you around.
That's all good.
Yep.
See yous.
Well, same situation in my
Same.
case.
Time
It
to
is
sleep.
almost 3 in the morning, but in the same time, I don't want to be rude to just leave without saying anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, originally I came here just to say hello, and then I planned to go to the bed, but surprise, I stay. I mean, I used to just say hello, but then I stayed for 2 hours, and now I fucked up my sleeping schedule once again.
Oops.
Oh
Yeah,
I feel partly responsible for that.
no,
Yeah,
we're
for me
gonna
over-
find someone else to blame.
Yeah, for me over here, it's 8:06 p.m.
Everyone should be going to bed. nah, 8:06 is not too bad.
Nah,
It's
yeah.
10 a.m. and my internet actually is gonna die in a couple hours, so there you go. But yeah, so
Aw,
thanks for
man.
joining the stream anyway, Mr. Blue, Mr. Blue Duck. Thanks for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. For as long as you could, and
Very cool, man.
I appreciate it. You're willing.
Oh, by the
you're willing
way,
to
you
give
should
up your
make
sleep
some
schedule
kind
to
of
be in my
tutorial.
stream, and that's amazing.
You should make some kind of tutorials about I know
Yes,
lighting,
I wanna make a couple
but that
tutorials.
perfect lighting, or maybe some other stuff like facial expression.
Lighting's not me.
I don't know.
Lighting's me.
Anyway, sorry for bothering. Yeah.
That's all good.
Good night, fellas.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Have a good sleep, and good morning as well.
Thank you.
Skittles. Guess what color Skittles are in here? If you guessed it was entirely red, you are correct. There is only red Skittles in this.
I was gonna say the rainbow.
Nope. Guess what Skittles are in this one?
Red.
No, these ones are orange. They look red though, but no, they're orange.
Oh, did you separate?
I did.
I was gonna say.
I bought 5 boxes of Skittles, and then I sorted them. There's an hour-long video on my 3rd channel that has the Skittles there. Alrighty. So this thing. Alright, so I'm not... Okay, so I love micro details, but I'm not gonna go so far as to say that I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna actually make it collide with the exact strings that make up the chord, because not only do I not know that, but also I'm not a psycho. So what I am gonna do is grab this. Oh, no, yeah, grab this guitar pick.
Oh, wait, are you okay that one of the things I posted has a swear?
Swears are not bad. What is it?
It's just the F word.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if this was more of a clean.
So this is going to be all the strings, but specifically the pick's going to be like this. So here I need to make sure the thing goes back, and oh, which one's the... This one I think is like the 3rd or 2nd string or something like that. Anyway. Oh, this is when we get into difficult territory. So I need to make sure that all of these are like this. Oh, whoops, not stepped, I need spline. Silly me. And then this one is going to specifically hit this string here.
Sounds like when I'm trying to make music.
You're very quiet again. Why do you keep changing your mic settings?
First I was on my phone, then now I'm back on the computer, then I'm back on my phone.
Why do you do this?
I had to walk my dog.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. You said that. Oh, okay. Hello, New Pony. Hello, Dark K. You were here before, but I didn't say hi. Hello, Blaze Razor. And hello, Rex Demon. How's it going?
Sorry.
Alright. And now I'm gonna get that guitar pick over here.
I wish I could change this my name to what it is on Cadget's server.
You should be able to change your name on the server.
I did that once, and Cadget didn't really like it.
Well, it depends on what you changed it to.
Yeah, I changed it to several people.
Eh.
See what I did there?
Yeah, several people is typing. So I know he's probably not strumming three strings, but
Electrify. Yeah, earlier you actually almost made it sound like it said mama.
So this is another big strum, so I'm going to go to all the way to the left side here.
My brain can't compute all this.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Of course, I'm not really familiar with SFM, that's why.
So something that I've just noticed is that now I'm starting to pick out each individual string being strummed. So like I can sort of hear when each individual string is being strummed. So hang on,
Probably because not everybody was talking.
maybe. But like you can sort of hear like that's the first string, second string. Like all four, like I can sort of hear 4 strings in this, but I'm not sure if there's actually 4 in it. But my brain is saying 4, so I don't know.
Shall I turn this sound into a dubstep growl?
No.
I already turned a trash bag rustling sound into a dubstep growl. That is what you call literal trash music.
Right, yeah. I'd imagine that would be the case.
And it sounded good, actually, ironically.
The best part about this specific animation at the moment is that the strings could be wrong, but you don't care. I don't care. The person who's going to watch this doesn't care, because she's off in the background. The thing that the person sees is that, oh my god, he actually animated each individual fucking stroke of the pick. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I did, motherfucker.
Somebody zoomed in.
But even the thing is that you're not going to be able to see much if you zoom in, because like the pixels are so massive.
Epic troll.
That's the way I roll. It's a bit of a spoiler. Not really.
The Quillo Electrify meme.
No. I wanted to do a music video to the song That's How I Roll. Or How I Roll, however the song title is. But that's not for a while.
To do it one with like Soldier Boy. Yeah, Soldier Boy cranked that.
Okay, sweet.
I try it, or even better yet, do the coffin dance meme.
What is coffin dance?
Oh.
I feel like I may have made a mistake asking that question.
I'll have to send it. It's nothing bad.
Okay, I'm not gonna watch it in the stream.
Once you see it though, you've probably seen it before.
Probably.
But yeah, it's got like a song. It's like da 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 or something. I can't even. The song needs to be stuck in my head.
Okay, so something I want to do with this guitar picks. So I'm gonna rename this to Guitar Pick Magic. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I am going to edit the particle system such that the lifetime is a lot shorter. So I'm going to do it from 1 to 0.5. And then I'm going to do the alpha fade in simple to proportional fade in time. Make that 0.5 so it comes in a lot quicker. And then the alpha fade in decay, I'm gonna do 0.5 fade in. It's fine. So that's it. Oh, beautiful, excellent. The same thing I'm gonna have to do with the Magic Aura Sparkles, where the fade in simple goes. No, alpha. Did I do alpha random? No, alpha random is not that. It's fade in simple. Oh no, lifespan. That's right. Lifetime random. That's the one I was changing. Max is going to be 0.
Oh wait, did I have my mic open?
Probably. I don't know. I didn't hear you. All right. And then. Yeah, that should be fine. I'm going to make this position within sphere to be actually 1, so it's a little bit more contained. There we go. Excellent. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I hate being this fucking detail-y minded. Because you know what I just heard? Ready? That little sound. Tiny little sound. When Quillo says mine, there's a little sound in the background. Hang on. Oh, I need to increase the sound so you guys can hear what I'm talking about. So SFM is going to be very loud for a few seconds, so be mindful of that. So, here we go. Alright, pay very close attention to the background of this sound. I'm also going to grab the desktop audio, I'm going to bring it maximum sound, so...
Oh no.
There's that little sound there.
My ears!
Stop talking! Shush! Go away, alright. Don't actually go away, just hang on just a sec. That little sound. That little sound there. Hear it? That is the sound of fingers sliding on the strings of a guitar. That is what that sound is. So let me just bring that back in. So now you can talk again. So fingers sliding on the strings of a guitar. That is what I am hearing. And that's what I'm going to map the motion of the strumming magic system to. So there you go. Oh boy. I hate being this... Well, I sort of love and hate being this detail-y minded, because that's the sort of things that I pick up, and that's the sort of things that I go crazy about. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So this guitar frets. I need to relock it to the thing here, so then I can map the sound of the fingers sliding across the fingers sliding across the guitar to the sound of to the motion of moving the thing. So let's go have a look. I have to turn it back up again. Yeah. Let me just. And then the actual is like.
My.
There. It's about here.
This is stuck in my head now.
Of course it is. That's what happens. There.
Oh, it sounded like a bass drop was about to happen.
Electrify my golden. Electrify my golden. Electrify.
I'm so badly tempted to take this audio and just remix it.
Why not? Go for it.
Yeah, but I got a FL Studio and Linux.
Fair enough. That's your why not, yeah.
Electrify my golden too.
Excellent. All right. So now the actual motion of the strumming, of the changing the notes on the strum, is linked to the actual sound that was picked up by the fingers moving across the guitar string. There you go. That's how much detail I put into my bloody animations.
Hey, more people are watching Gadget's stream.
Yeah, no, Cadet has a larger streaming audience because she does streams guaranteed every week, whereas my streams are very all over the place. So she has a lot of consistent streams and stream viewers.
Yeah, I was actually, I don't know if I already said this, but I was actually dual streaming both yours and Gadget's at the same time, and then on top of that was on Gadget's some Discord server streaming. Both streams at the same time.
But yeah, so that's the thing about my streams, and no faults to my audience though. You guys are fantastic. Every single person that's watching, like, has been watching and is watching right now, are all absolutely fantastic. It's all entirely my fault and my internet's fault because I have not been able to do any consistent streams for the past couple of years actually. So yeah, that's all that is, and that's why, like, you know, that's how you generate an audience for your streams, is to have more consistent streams, because people can say, oh, it's about this time, this person might be streaming, you know, oh, it's Sunday my time, and Cadet might be streaming, and oh, she is, so that's just what happens.
Yeah, no.
So that's
Discord, YouTube notifications is like broken most of the time.
Well, that's also the thing. YouTube notifications breaks if you don't engage with the person that you've got notifications for. So it won't show you if you're not invested in it, and you can't be invested in it if it's not consistent. So that's the sort of thing that I have to do. I have to have more consistent streams every single week on the same day at the same time. That's when I do a stream. And yeah, it's all entirely on me and on YouTube for the amount of viewers that I get, or the amount of views that someone else gets.
Yeah,
and so it's because Cadet has more consistent streams, that's why she has more viewers, so it's good. It's good.
Yeah, for me though, it's like I literally keep showing up to your stream too early. That's gonna be my new meme for your server.
Just the too early meme. I don't know, So, Rex Demon says, what happens to the animations when they are made? And my question is, well, what happens to a child when they are made? They grow up, they go out to the world, and people pick on them. That's what happens to an animation. you spend 9 months making it, you send it out to the world, and then people just trash on it.
Sad reality.
That's the reality. Anyway. Yeah.
No way.
Oh.
Coffin Dance Mario Kart Wii.
Electrify mine. Electrify.
Okay, so I'm just wondering now, since I've linked up the motion of the magic to the sound of the fingers sliding on the guitar, is it more obvious or more audible to anyone watching? So can you hear the actual finger sliding on the strings now? If you focus on the motion of the magic here, ready?
Electrify mine. Electrify my golden tune.
Can you hear that?
Electrify mine. Electrify my golden tune.
Can you hear it? I just want to know, can you hear it? Because I can hear it clear as day now. I used to like struggle to hear it, but now I can hear it perfectly fine.
Electrify mine. Electrify my golden tune.
I'm wondering if anyone like can you hear it in the chat if you can.
Electrify mine. Electrify my golden tune.
Cool. So that's the guitar motion done. Now I'm gonna do Lyra's motion. She's gonna be she's just gonna be jiving. She's gonna be jiving. It's gonna be fine. All right. So let's have a look if adding a rig to her wouldn't break her entirely. Let's have a look. Rig pony.
Rig.
Oh, I think that's 101. Yeah. Okay. It sort of doesn't break it from this distance. Yeah. You can hear it now, Rex. Hey. Thought so. Yeah, I'm not going crazy. I feel like this camera angle change is probably a bit too much. So, I mean, it's sexy as all get out, but it's too much.
Electrify mine. Electrify.
Oh wait, I was supposed to be quiet. Sorry.
That's all good.
Electrify mine. Electrify my golden tune. Electrify mine. Electrify.
Oh, Octavia's chair is just sitting here. that was originally going to be Octavia's chair, but I didn't need it. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah, just leave that in the original. Well, just leave that in the video.
Electrify mine. Electrify mine. Electrify my golden tune.
There we go.
Electrify mine. Electrify my golden tune.
Nice.
Electrify mine. Electrify mine.
Okay, so something that I need to do with the pick is that I need to make it more, need to make it more expressive. So I need to make the pick move further. It's going to be a little bit more exaggerated. That's what I'm looking for. I need to exaggerate the motion of the pick. It's going to look a little bit unrealistic for the person to actually do it, but for the purposes of no, not the frets. I'm looking for the guitar pick. For the purposes of this animation, it's going to look a little bit more believable. So here, I need to bring the pick like all the way over here, that sort of thing. And then this part needs to come back over here. And then this needs to come out here. Then this part needs to come out like here, or even like here. So this part needs to come all the way over here. This part needs to come out here. This part needs to come over here. And you can't see that one, so that's fine.
Electrify mine. Electrify. Electrify mine. Electrify mine.
I might actually as well just grab the entire motion and move it up like that a bit. It's gonna distinct it, but
electrify mine.
it's gonna look a little bit nicer. Good stuff, good stuff.
Electrify mine.
Cool. Whew. Now I need to essentially allow Lara to grab the rest of the guitar. So what I need to do is grab another model, and I'm thinking like cinder block, something like that, cinder block, that has a wireframe that is a little bit stranger. Cinder blocks, maybe. No, I can see it. Yep, cinder block. So this good old brick here, this brick might actually help us out a bit. Oh, you guys can actually see the flashing. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. So the flashing happens when Discord is streaming something, and like I don't know. I think it's with SFM where the things sort of flash a bit. And yeah, sorry if that's causing a bit of eye pain. I didn't know you guys could actually see that. The guys in the stream, that is. So let me just see that. And yeah.
What's in Quillo's fridge?
Quillo's fridge? Though that's my anyone who makes fan art goes on my fridge.
I know, I was trying to make a joke.
It didn't work.
Like, yeah, like as in like your real fridge.
Yeah, like what sort of things do I store in my fridge? I have to use the verb store, just to give you an idea.
You have an actual store in your fridge.
Let's go with that, yes. So this cinder block probably doesn't work as well as I was expecting, but I'm going to go ahead and copy across the thingy anyway, just to see if I can make it work. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the model, go up, children, right click, copy, into the magic template, show an element viewer, particle system, control models, right click, delete, and control models, right click, paste special, paste as reference. Good stuff. Cinder block disappear. Works, it works, it's good. Okay, cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the motion of the guitar holding to the cinder block, and then I'm going to, there we go. So I'm going to call this one, sorry about the flashing, guitar holding. There we are. And this one, of course, is going to be guitar holding magic. There we are. Cool. So now we can go ahead and watch it break. But I can unlock the models associated with the guitar because the guitar is not going to move again. Cool. It looks good. Alrighty.
Electrify my golden tooth.
Nice.
Electrify my golden tooth.
Nice.
Electrify my golden tooth. Electrify my golden tooth.
Cool and cool.
Electrify my golden tooth.
Alright, so I'm gonna do Lyra's bobbing, and then that's gonna be the end of this stream. I'm quite tired. So, Lyra's bobbing is going to be a little bit easier, I hope, compared to someone like Octavia, for instance, since she has to use her arms. But Octavia doesn't, so she can just bob in place. And the best part about the rig is that it automatically fixes up her... It automatically fixes up her shoulders and stuff like that, so I don't even have to worry about it. So it's just moving the chest and body here. So, easy peasy. Let's hope. This hips, can I do this? I can do this to sort of make it a little bit nicer on the rig. Because the hips don't Actually, no, they do. So I need to put it back. Put it back for now. All right. Sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a thing. So what I'm hoping to achieve is she is going to essentially move with her pick, because that's what she's thinking about. So she's thinking about her pick, so that's what she's going to move with. So this motion here is going to have a little thing like this going to the left, because that's what her pick is doing. It's going to the left. That's something that I also like doing with unicorns, is syncing up the motion of their magic with their bodies. So, or syncing up their bodies with the motion of their magic, that is. And then here, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do, oh, no, like that, and then bring up the chest, and then make it go up like that. And it's also easy to move Lyra because she doesn't move much. Her guitar is only very so her magic only moves rather infrequently, so I can move her infrequently. Easy peasy. Too quick. So this is going to have her motion go downward slightly. Just like that. And then this, the first string, is going to go in. And then the second strum is going to go up. So like that. Just like that, easy. I don't know how I know this. It just works. But I do need to carry this motion forward. Okay, and then I need to copy this over here. Okay, it's gonna move like that. Okay, a little bit less motion copying. Okay, and then you don't see Lyra for that entire part, so easy peasy. See that Lyra bobbin? Easy. Good stuff. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, so the next thing that I need to do is her head. That's it. So her head is going to do some groovy stuff. So head's going to come down here and then out. Trying to sync it with the motion of her magic, like the average motion of her magic. That's what her head's trying to sync to. So that has to go. I'm not chiving with that.
We gotta make a counter to see how many times your OC said electrify.
Stream counter. Yeah. Like Add like 40 just in that one. So the link, this link, you have to make sure that it's capitalized correctly as well. So lowercase k, capital D, capital Y, capital Q, capital U, capital W, capital R, that sort of thing. Is that working? You can copy and paste it from the description. In fact, I'm just gonna fucking do it right now, mate. Just copy and paste. Kaboom! So you can follow that link, and it should work. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have a bit of an issue. Entry boot. Oh no! Oh yeah, that's Delta. That's fine. Did you get? Yeah. So does it work, Rex boy? I haven't seen you enter the server just yet, so.
Electrify my. Electrify my.
So head, I'm gonna move this a bit. I'm gonna move this.
Electrify my. Electrify my.
And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna delay this. Except this one. Except I don't like this motion downwards. Nice. I don't like this point. Nice. It's looking good, guys. So let's have a look.
Electrify my. Electrify my. Electrify my. Electrify my golden tooth.
Alright, something else I'm going to do, real quick, is in this camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this to a point, and I'm going to make this one a stepped motion so I can change it. So this, I'm going to change the camera position. I'm going to make it a little bit more dramatic. A little bit more dramatic. Make sure everyone's eye lines are on the same line, and then boom, just like that. So this, I'm going to, and make it a bit forward. Like this here. Okay. Whoop. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of this point, and then I'm just going to get rid of this point again, and then move it across. Or actually, this cheeky business.
Electrify my golden tooth.
Alright, sweet.
Electrify my. Electrify my golden tooth.
Oh, it looks so good. Damn it. Oh, welcome aboard, by the way. Let me just, so what you need to do now, Rex, at Rex, go ahead and choose a role. A role. Boop. So let's delete this message. Delete this message. Delete this message. There we are. Alright.
Electrify my.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Electrify my.
looks good, guys. It looks good. All right. So, oh, my arm died. Ow, that was weird. Hang on. Oh, that's a strange. That's sort of like pinching a nerve there. That's weird. I don't know. I don't like that. Yeah. I think that was because it might be dead because I was doing lots of push-ups, and I was probably doing. Yeah, that's right. I did too many push-ups one day. That is, not too many. Like, I did 40,000 push-ups. No, I did. I tried to do 20. I'm bad at push-ups. I tried to do 20, and I pushed myself to that 20. I did 10 in a row, and that's easy for me. And then I did a 5 and almost collapsed. And then I did 3 and almost collapsed. And then I did 2 and then did collapse at the end. And then I was like, So I think that's why my left arm is kind of dead. But I can still do most things, but I can't just like push it back and then behind. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe it's going upwards this way. Oh, I heard. Yeah, that's where it is. Anyway, so yeah, thank you all for joining this stream, and this is what I have so far. Let's just go ahead and play it once more for the records. Let's give it a look-see.
Fine, electrify my golden tooth.
Oh, it looks good, guys. It looks good. I'm happy with this. I'm really happy with how it's coming along. It's not done yet, because I still need to do some things. I need to render it to see how it looks, and then I need to keep rendering and doing some things like that. So it's not done yet, but it looks good for what it is at the moment, which is something that you can always be appreciative with it. So it's all good, mate. Coolly cool. Yeah, so thank you so very much for joining. For joining the stream. I was just adding roles to a server. All done, mate. Welcome aboard. All done, mate. Welcome aboard. All right. So go ahead and delete this message. Delete. Cool. Okay. So, yes. That is good. This stream is good. It is good stream, good stuff. So yes, so thank you so very much. Oh, again, it's flashing. Hang on. Let me just activate it again so it's not flashing anymore. Sorry. Thank you so very much for joining me on this stream. I don't know when, like, because what I'm actually animating right now is a combination thing, kind of like Doors, but it's for the song Buttercup. And there's a whole bunch of different animators, and it's also outside of the scope of SFM MLP. So my one is going to be unique in the fact that it's the only one, probably going to be the only one that's going to combine both MLP and SFM, because I don't know if there's a lot of 3D animators on the team that's actually doing this, because I don't really talk to them. So not that they're weird, which they probably are, but I don't talk to them. It's just that I don't talk to people. So anyway, so yeah, UPS Bear is thumbs upping. I'm gonna go ahead and join Cadet's stream, so I can stay in that for a bit while my internet's still running. So if you do want to follow me there, you can just search Cadet Red Shirt on YouTube, and it should be the first one there. Go ahead and give her a subscribe, and give that live stream a thumbs up. And yeah, that's where I will be. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull a cheeky by going Cadet stream and then copy and pasting this link into there. So that's where I'll be next. Okay, so yeah. So thank you so very much for joining this animation. Again, I need to animation stream. And I will see you in the next one. So yeah.
See ya.
Bye, everyone. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Goodbye and good luck and all that sort of jazz. Again, it's flashing, sorry. Yeah, so thank you again, and good night. Good night, everyone that's nighttime. Good morning, everyone that's morning time, and good afternoon, everyone that's good afternoon. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. All right, bye. So you're gonna be thinking that again, and then I'm gonna click this end stream button.